Let's get nasty on a Wednesday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Blues, not great last night.
They got a point, Anthony. You start like that. What the hell's wrong with you?
You know what?
They got one out of a possible 2 points.
Outside of Jordan Binnington, the team didn't play well last night.
Carey?
They just didn't.
Carey, is it about the individuals or the team?
Oh, it's always about the team, Jamie.
Yeah, and Jordan Binnington will be part of the team, right?
He's part of the team.
He's an individual that played very well as part of the team.
I mean, some would say without him, they didn't get a point. So
some would say that,
well
but
said,
still,
Carey.
the team got 1 point.
The team did, and he played his ass off. Thankfully.
I don't know what your problem is. I don't know what your problem is.
He's just spitting facts.
My problem
What's
is...
your problem now?
He wants 2 points.
All of a sudden, you like the facts?
I mean, yeah.
Really? Wearing an Illinois
Stats and
T-shirt?
facts. This is a show about stats and facts.
Exactly.
Patrick.
You fat A.
You weren't here.
Patrick H.
No,
Did you?
He's read the email 77 times.
But you weren't here for that one where he read the email.
I read a little too much.
He read too much.
Did he say? He said it? Do we have to dump you?
No,
we're on remote.
Did you say the A word?
No.
No.
You said the H word.
I said the full H
Patrick
word.
H.
Oh. Wow. We got away with it.
Don't send us emails, I guess.
Well, hey, if you put it in the prompter, he's going to read it, right?
Clearly.
Lucky I didn't.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Hey,
Yeah.
lucky I didn't do it the 12 times before that. All right,
Craig Rutledge in here helping us out right now. Ruddy, say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
There we go. Craig's having computer problems.
Craig, our longtime engineer.
Is that all we want? You got to hit the input button. What the hell are you?
do that.
Craig's doing Craig's doing the dance.
I told you it's the wrong input.
The input button.
Yeah.
You was jiggling some chords back there.
was I doing?
Jiggling some chords.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
jiggling.
Okay.
Can we get back on track? This is a slow start, much like what I witnessed last night.
Yeah.
It was a slow
No doubt.
start.
Jeez.
So the Kings snapped a
Following
four-game
the
losing.
opposition to sleep is what they did, Anthony.
Is that what the plan was?
No, it really wasn't.
What exactly was the plan?
To do better than what they did.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
So, watching this team.
It just sounded disgusting.
Watching this team, right? They are like some people. You've been in fights before, Jamie, and I don't. I'm not a person that really agrees with this philosophy because I mean you could take a punch and not get another punch off. But the Blues seem to be the team that needs to get punched in the mouth first to wake up, and then they're like, oh. It's a fight.
Which is not a good idea.
That's a terrible idea, right?
Because sometimes you don't get a chance to punch
I
back.
tell people that all the time. Yeah. My mom told me.
My dad told me.
My mom told me.
Tell me what your mom told me.
Don't ever let anyone punch you in the face first.
Yeah.
Because you might not get another, if they hit you, hit them back. Mama, hell no.
No.
You don't let them hit you. You hit their ass.
So I
Because it
think-
might not be another punch.
I think your mom and my dad
Grew up in the
somehow
same-
went to the same school.
Understand.
Somehow, because my dad told me. I was like, well, Dad, that's a sucker punch. He goes, no, I call that a winning punch. He goes, you hit him first, because if he hits you, it might be over.
Yeah, you might not get another
At
chance.
least you hit him once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, your mom and my dad.
Same
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same
Punch
person.
first.
Okay, so how does this apply to the Blues?
You got to punch first. You got to attack, Anthony. You can't be on your heels. You can't be back and give up a goal and say, oh, it's a game. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go hit them in the mouth first, both literally and figuratively, and score first and be on the aggressive from the time the puck drops. At what, 6:07? Hey, as soon as it drops, boom, attack.
That'd be nice.
They literally, Tyler Tucker literally did punch someone in the face.
He did good.
And they still didn't get a shot on net.
That kid's tough, too.
Afterwards.
That kid's tough.
It's a problem. So it's the slow starts. Here's Monty postgame on
You
said
just were
slow
going to drag it
starts.
back there, weren't you?
Yeah, damn right.
All right.
We don't start on time. We didn't come close to executing the game plan. We're going to have to change things up and do things different, because we're not, like the intensity we started the game with, just, it wasn't there. It was lacking. And we need to find more consistency with how we play.
I don't know how you find that consistency right now. I mean, it doesn't feel like the majority of the players are playing with urgency. The majority, you're right, it is a team game, but unfortunately, when Monty says that we didn't start on time, he means damn near everybody outside of Jordan Binnington last night. Now, I don't know. He says didn't execute the game plan. I don't know specifically what the game plan was for last night, a matchup against a Kings team that was playing poorly. But I do know that you didn't have the damn puck for most of the first period. I mean, the Kings just set up in your zone. And fortunately, because of Jordan Binnington and his glove work last night, you were able to escape that period and give yourself a chance. But it just felt like the dam was eventually going to break. It did, because Justin Falk made the mistake. He had the bad turnover that led to the goal. He evened that out with his own goal, which was great on the power play. But it just felt like the Blues were stuck in mud all game.
So I'm going to be completely honest here for a second, okay? As a former, we'll call it third, fourth line player, bottom pair defenseman, I couldn't be more offended with what you just said. Because, and I'm not attacking you, don't worry. Because the fourth line was the best line on the ice in the first period. But they get no kudos, right? Because, well, they didn't start on time. The Blues are... No, the Blues themselves as a team, okay, wasn't great. But who didn't start on time? Your best players didn't start on time. Mm-hmm. So the narrative of the team itself didn't start on time, or they weren't ready. No, go back and watch the first period. There's a select group of players that were ready to roll, man. Mm-hmm. They were doing their job. They're finishing their hits. They're blocking shots, doing everything within their toolbox. What the Blues need, though, they need a friggin' jolt to their best players here. Robert Thomas, I'm talking to you. Pavel Buchnevich, Jordan Kyrou, Dylan Holloway. All of you can share in the good when things are going well, and you can share in the bad when it's going poorly for you, because that's really ultimately what it comes down to. And when you have guys that can't play last night, Jimmy Snuggerud had a tough game. We're going to talk about that later. Those are bound to happen. Alex Texier, I don't know if he can play. I don't know. And when everybody's healthy, probably not going to play. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not the coach. We will have the coach on today at 4:30, so we'll be able to talk to Monty about a couple of these things. But I'm just saying, like, when injuries happen, and Carey, you know this, and you guys, we all know this. We all played sports. When injuries happen, opportunity knocks. And right now there's some injuries that have happened, and the opportunity's there, and guys are not answering the door. They're like, no, nobody's home. We're good. We're good. Well, when the player gets back, you're going to be back in the press box.
How does that affect the top six, though?
The top six? Right now, I'm calling out the top six.
Right. I'm saying when some of those...
Who cares about that?
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
Injuries don't apply to them.
The injuries doesn't apply to the top six.
No, I understand that. I'm saying, is it possible when you do get those guys and you want your full lineup how we believe it should look, injuries are no longer a thing, and now you have that full complement of players.
Yeah.
Can that affect the top six in terms of getting them going? When
it shouldn't.
Like, you know,
you shouldn't have to have that, Marshy.
Yeah.
I understand.
Let's think about that for a second.
I don't think I'm wording the question.
I know what you're saying. Will that add some gas to the fire?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Like the forecheck wise, Torpchenko getting in the forecheck, extending shifts, getting more ozone time for those guys.
If the top six don't play the way they can, it'll look a lot like last night, where the fourth line's in, they're chipping pucks in, getting their licks on guys, but then nothing comes of it. Because then the next line up, well, there was a lot of dumping last night. Not a whole lot of chase. Anthony, what's the job of the F1 on a forecheck?
To get in first on the puck.
And disrupt. Put that guy through the boards, get a stick on the puck. Your job is not necessarily to get the puck back, it's to eliminate the guy who's getting the puck. F2, his job, he's second on the scene.
Support.
He's second on the scene. Just like your backup police officer. Second on the scene, get there and help your buddy out. He's supposed to get in there and find the loose puck in battle. And then F3 is supposed to find his way somewhere in that sweet spot up high. So now there's outlets to the defense who've joined the rush at this point. And now they're able to join the rush. Why? Because F1 and F2 did their job. Where you end up having a big problem is when F1 and F2 don't do their job. The rest of the group is caught in flux now. Your defenseman cannot get up to the blue line to hold the blue line because you don't have the puck. And if you're going the wrong way, you're the salmon swimming upstream while the puck is going the other way. That's not good. So now the defensemen have to ease their way up the ice The F3 has to be careful. He has to be in his spot. And watch, all you're doing is when you dump it in, you don't forecheck, you're turning the puck over. You're giving it to the other team. And the LA Kings were happy. Thank you. We'll go back the other way. We'll put the pressure on. We'll test your goalie. Thank goodness Jordan Binnington was up to the task. But that's why it's so important to have guys that start on time. And your third and fourth liners, Marsh, yeah, they are important because those guys are getting in. But they don't have the ability sometimes to turn all of those plays into offense. I'm just saying, again, your top 6 forwards, your top players have got to wake up. It's still relatively early in the season here. I know we're still 6 games in, but it's 6 games that have looked a lot the same for a certain group of guys, and that has to get better. If the Blues are going to do anything this year, we knew they're going to have to hang their hat on Thomas, Kyrou, Booch, Holloway. Top 4 guys.
Yeah.
I'm not even putting Jake Neighbors in there because Jake is such a good all-around player that he doesn't need to score goals to have his presence felt in a game. Now, he's able to score goals, and right now he's your top goal scorer, which is great, but think about it for a second. If Jake Neighbors is your top goal scorer, what does that say about some of your $8 million players?
Yeah, they're not doing their job, yeah.
So that's where I go with this, is that the best players who you rely upon the most did not start on time,
Yeah.
except for Jordan Binnington.
Didn't look good last night. We'll break down a lot more of what we saw. As Jamie just noted, we will have Jim Montgomery on. We're going to have him, the coach, on for throughout the NHL season. We'll have him on each and every Wednesday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Blues get back at it tomorrow against the Mammoth, and we'll have all the coverage for you on 101 ESPN. Just how much pressure are the Blue Jays under to win this World Series? Carey's got some thoughts on that next on 101 ESPN.
St. Louis, if you're looking to upgrade your bathroom, maybe your kitchen, how about that outdoor living space? Give my friends over at E&B Granite a call today. They've been in business in the St. Louis area for over 20 years, and I personally redid my entire kitchen with the help of E&B Granite. First thing I did, pretty easy. Headed down to 6135 Manchester Avenue. I walked in, talked to the in-house design staff, and said, hey, my kitchen is outdated. What do I need to do? And they held my hand and walked me back to the countertops. We got to start at the countertops. What do you want the slab to look like? We have marble, we have granite, we have soapstone. Settled on soapstone, beautiful white soapstone with a little pattern in it. It was awesome. And then we went on to the cabinets that are very, very affordable and so many different styles to choose from. And the flooring, so many styles, so many colors. It was awesome. By the time we were done, I couldn't believe how awesome my kitchen looked. I was thrilled. And I want the same thing for everybody out there in St. Louis right now. So please give them a call, book an appointment. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number's 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300. Or you can always visit enbgranite.com.
World Series doesn't get started until, 2 days from now, Thursday? Blue Jays, Dodgers?
Friday.
Friday, excuse me. Pre-game will start at 6. First pitch at 7 right here on 101 ESPN. Carey, I know you were thinking about your stupid-ass Dodgers when you put this together.
Yeah, just think about baseball, man.
No, you weren't.
How
I was
much?
thinking about the baseball as a whole.
Anthony.
Dave Roberts. You call me? Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred. So, Carey, I know you put here, how much pressure are the Blue Jays under to win this World Series? What are your thoughts?
I was just thinking about how we have constantly talked about how the Dodgers are ruining baseball, right? Dave Roberts made the joke after
Dodgers are not.
Well, no, that's what everyone says. The Dodgers are ruining
Baseball's
baseball.
ruining baseball.
Well,
owners are.
that's kind of crazy.
30 owners are ruining Major League Baseball.
So the Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. The Dodgers are fine.
Can I?
30 MLB owners are ruining baseball.
Well, which one is it? Because I get people complaining about the Dodgers. Oh, the Dodgers are ruining baseball. Even Dave Roberts said, let's continue to ruin baseball since that's what they say we're doing. Mm-hmm. And, Anthony, you disagree because you think it's everyone else's fault that the Dodgers are this damn good.
So I've got something on this, by the way. I listened to the podcast that Lance Lynn, Matt Holliday, Kyle Gibson, Jim Hayes. I forget what it's called. But anyways, Matt Holliday went on to talk about the Dodgers, and he says the Dodgers ownership is not ruining baseball. He said, to your point, Anthony, and I've talked to people in Cardinals front office about this, the owners altogether are ruining baseball because the owners that are the mid-tier to lower tier aren't trying to spend money because they know that the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Phillies, they're all going to make enough money with the revenue sharing to spread the wealth so that the teams that are on the lower end don't have to do anything, but they still make money. So that's a problem. Now, Matt Holliday went further, and he talked about how he said a little bit of a conspiracy theory, maybe, maybe not. He's like, baseball itself, Major League Baseball, might be really happy that the Dodgers are spending all of this money and some of these other teams are spending all of this money. So when the CBA comes up, the owners can say, well, clearly we need a salary cap because some teams are just spending way too much. Clearly, look at the Dodgers are winning every year. That's not fair. It's not good for baseball. We need a salary cap, guys. Like, you got to agree, right, to the players. So the owners actually, not only are the bottom tier of owners playing chess by not even trying and making money, but then the top tier are playing chess as well, trying to set up a salary cap for the league moving forward.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I don't know if this was the point of the exercise, but...
Well, no, the reason why I brought it up is because, like I said, some people say it's the Dodgers, some people say it's the owners. But in actuality, I think it is the people, I think it's the owners that choose not to spend their money. It's not so much the owners. You can't blame... I can't get mad at a team for wanting to spend money to try to win games. The Dodgers, the Phillies, the Mets, like they're doing everything in their power to spend money. Now, can the Marlins spend as much as the Mets? No, I doubt it because they're not going to make as much money as the Mets make, or they're not going to make as much money as the Dodgers make. But you can spend more money and maybe not make as much money, maybe not take as much money home in the beginning because you're going to have to spend that money on payroll. You're going to have to spend that money on players. You're going to have to spend that on guys that can help your team win. And what does that do, Jamie? People actually want to show up to the games.
Imagine that, Carey.
And so now you spend money to make money. It's how business works. It's crazy. Sometimes I hate it because you got to spend money.
You have to have it too, though.
Well, I would assume. Man, call me crazy, and I've been called worse.
Can I read something for you real quick?
I'm sure the owners got it.
It's about your Dodgers.
Go ahead.
And it's following what you just said. Spend money to make money. So, Shohei Ohtani, his $700 million contract, which is enormous, but sources close to the Dodgers say they made it back in its entirety in the very first season in tickets, marketing deals,
jersey sales,
merchandise, and global advertising in Japan as well as the United States.
They're smart.
You have to. So
they spent that money and made
it back in 1 year.
Yeah,
this is a lifelong. This is a 10, 15-year contract.
Yeah.
You made that money back in one season because you have common sense that if I spend money on the best players, I'm going to make that money in return tenfold.
He's a generational talent. Maybe universal talent.
But you can spend that with the mindset that I can make this back. Now, if you're looking at the Pirates and saying, well, what the hell are you doing? You got a guy, Paul Skeens, and you should add to that. You should add players that can help. So is it on the Blue Jays to win this, to be able to correct baseball?
But the Blue Jays have a high payroll, too.
They do.
So this really isn't David versus Goliath
No,
here.
it's not.
Goliath versus Goliath.
It's kind of.
The Blue Jays were one of the teams that were in on Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, they actually thought he was flying in there.
thought-
Reported.
yeah, yeah.
Well, he will be on
It's a
Friday.
jet coming in.
That was funny. Someone told me, he's like, well, Otani will finally be flying into Toronto.
Here's my thing. So, Carey, you have almost painted, correct me if I'm wrong, you have almost painted this as, hey, if you really want to bitch about the Pirates.
Well, yeah.
And I'm with
complain
you
about
on
the
that.
teams that don't spend money.
The Pirates are pathetic. The Pirates are pathetic.
But hold on, Anthony. I don't want to cut you off because I want to make it clear that those owners are still making money.
Of course.
They're not broke. They're
Right.
not owning in Major League Baseball franchises and sleeping in homeless shelters when they get done at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
they're still billionaires. So you want to complain about them. Complain about the teams that don't try, that don't care enough about their fan base to put a product on the field that it's not going to, it probably won't get to the level of the Dodgers, but you can get halfway there. 3/4 of the way there. You can attempt to put product on the field that allows your fan base to have something to believe in. And then, like Jamie said, oh, crap, I want to buy that guy's jersey. I want to buy 10 beers this week for 4 of my friends, not by myself because that's irresponsible. Drink responsibly.
No, you're fine.
No. You don't
just get
10
an
beers.
Uber
Right,
home.
so,
I believe it's 12. You can
Remember to have fun, but be careful.
Be careful out there. But yeah, so I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to make that point clear.
Yeah.
These owners that aren't spending money, they aren't broke. They're just choosing not to spend money. So let's make sure we get that understood.
My point is, and it's always been my point, is that baseball, the league is broken. Like, I realize I understand what you're saying. But even if the Pirates were to spend more money, they'll never be able to spend as much as the Dodgers.
No,
it's
they don't
a
have
market
to, though.
problem.
They don't have to.
So Matt
The
Holliday,
unfortunate part, though, is that the Dodgers and the Mets and the Braves and the Padres and the Blue Jays and the Phillies and the Red Sox and the Cubs and the Yankees and Astros, most of those teams made the playoffs. So
Correct.
you do have to get into the top 10. I don't know if the Pirates are going to get into the top 10. My bigger problem is that Major League Baseball is broken. Look at what college football is right now. Jamie's interested. He can't wait to watch it. It's every Saturday. Why? He don't know what the fast lane's going to happen.
Nope.
Same thing in the NFL. 1 week, you'll be looking at a Super Bowl contender. Next week, I don't even know if you're going to make the playoffs. Some people don't like that, but for me, it's entertaining. It's not about markets. The Green Bay Packers playing the same damn market as the Milwaukee Brewers. They can spend up to the cap or not, and they're still competitive. Market doesn't matter in the NFL. The NFL has figured that part out. For me as a fan, I don't care about Dodgers spending more, Pirates spending. It's the system that is broken.
But then you punish the owners that are choosing not to spend.
I punish Major League Baseball.
That's what I'm
Here's the
saying.
thing.
for
Punish the
screwing
owners
over the fans.
But a salary
because
cap
only
is not,
five to 10 teams can win every year.
a salary cap is not what's going to make baseball better. A salary floor is
I want
telling
both.
that it can't. It's not. I don't think
Well,
it'll
we got
ever be
it in
both.
the
realize
NHL.
I don't think it'll ever be both.
Carey, this is my point. It'll never be both. And baseball, outside of the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Phillies and whoever, is boring as hell.
I disagree.
I don't have. I
like watching Super
did everybody have the Dodgers in the World Series?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
had the Phillies, but they're in the same category.
Yes. It sucks.
So here's what Matt
sucks.
Holliday did say something more, and I value his opinion for obvious reasons. But he did say, to all of our point, it kind of brings it all together here, is he said the lower teams have the ability to go get some of these higher-end players.
Some.
Is it like the Otanis, the Aaron Judge, and not like the Juan Soto? Yes, those guys are going to the biggest market where they can make the most money on and off the field, bottom line. But he's like, the next tier player, yeah, you may have to give them a couple more million to go to Pittsburgh or somewhere else like that. But they'll go. If they believe in what you're doing with that team, like let's just say a Kyle Schwarber, like he's not Shohei Ohtani, he's not Aaron Judge. There's value though to Kyle Schwarber. He might get $5 million more a year to go play for the Pirates. But then you couple him along with some of the young players that they've got. Maybe they go get another mid-level guy. All of a sudden, the Pirates are interesting to watch now.
That's all I'm saying.
But they're not doing that. They're not even trying to get the second or the third tier player.
They don't have to.
They don't have to. Correct.
Why? Because the system is broken.
Because the system rewards you
as a whole. Marshy.
So, okay. Thank you. What if the Pirates wanted to spend $600 million on a player, right? Hey, we're offering $600 million.
Yeah.
Well, the Dodgers are probably just going to offer a little bit more because they can.
The Pirates would have to offer $600 million for a $500 million player.
Exactly,
Correct.
and then when they want to do that, the Dodgers will ultimately probably.
But the Dodgers probably don't want that player.
Not for $100 million more.
They're not going to pay. They're not going to overpay for a player that they can get.
Yeah. So the Dodgers, what he's saying is the Pirates are going to have to overpay for a player of that caliber, whereas the Dodgers are like, no, we'll just find somebody better than that and pay them what they're worth.
So compared to this, you're buying a loaf of bread, right? I'm willing to pay you $100 more for your loaf of bread. Carey can do the same thing, but he's like, I'll just go get a different loaf of bread for the actual price.
Well, I'm talking about like the high end players. Like the high-end players.
That's what we're saying. Like, for example, Kyle Schwarber and Shohei Ohtani. If they were both free agents and the Pirates wanted to pay Kyle Schwarber $500 million, the Dodgers aren't going to say, well, we'll pay you $600. No, they'll just say, you know what, we'll pay Shohei $700 and we'll get a better player.
We'll get the better player.
So it won't be a bidding war, because that team would have to pay more for a player that other teams would look at him and say he's not worth that. It's like the housing market. It's like if I see a house that I want to pay $300,000 for, and Jamie's like, that house is only worth $200,000. Well, I'll just buy the house next door. That's $200,000. It's the same damn house, but I want it for $300,000. So it's
still irrelevant. I'm sorry, it is. It's still irrelevant. The Rockies paid
because
Chris
they don't
Bryant.
want to.
But you pay one guy.
You can't pay one guy. You got to pay the guy.
Exactly.
10 of them,
and they're not right. You
won't be able to pay 10.
Exactly.
But you can pay 2 or 3, and now your team. If
but
the
your
Reds
team's still not better though.
I don't agree with that, because if the Reds or the Brewers, a team that won how many games? Did they win 100 games this year? Close to it. 90, 98, 97, 90.
They won 140.
That may have, and 40 of them were probably against St. Louis. But either way, that was a shot. That was unnecessary.
That was
really unnecessary.
But it's still funny.
It was funny. But no, so if the Brewers go out and add to that team a Mookie Betts caliber player or a Freddie Freeman caliber player.
Or
that
Christian Yelich.
And another one.
Right.
They already got one.
But
they win one game in the NLCS.
One.
Okay, they could, Anthony.
Okay, they could, right?
Could.
But Jamie,
You're so pessimistic today.
Baseball is broken. Baseball's broken. This is all nonsense. What we're talking about.
One guy where the Dodgers have 10.
Yeah,
of
you're
those
naming one guy.
guys.
Oh, you got to add 2. Then it's going to be you have to add 3.
You
Or
guys
have to add
the way
4.
you guys are framing it is, everybody should just give up.
Basically.
Yeah,
Just give up.
That's what
Just
you do.
quit.
But kind of,
Because
because
you're
like,
going to lose.
But it kind of because you're like, well,
Big
the Dodgers are just going to buy him up. So
let me ask you this: who is the
One guy's not going to matter.
businesses survive then when corporate America's alive?
You have to build a team. One guy ain't going to matter.
No, I'm asking you a question.
The freaking Oilers got 2 guys, and it still doesn't matter.
Who are the biggest free agents this season? If this offseason, if Kyle Schwarber and the biggest free agent pitcher decide to go to the Brewers, are you all going to tell me 100% certainty that team cannot now take on the Dodgers? Because that's crazy. Because they can.
Use the Pirates.
We're not using the Pirates. We're going to use the Brewers because
why
the Brewers.
Why are you not using the Pirates?
Are closer because the Pirates need.
Exactly.
The Pirates need 4 or 5 or 6 of those guys.
Why are we using another example though? Just use the Pirates.
I'm not talking.
You're saying that if as long as you get 2 guys, you're good.
That's crap.
You're not a team that is already good.
Why don't we use the team that they're playing in the World Series, who also spends money, right? But they don't spend as much as the Dodgers.
They came close the one year. The Blue Jays were all in.
The Blue Jays are they're a solid team. Obviously, they're in the World Series. They don't even sniff in terms of talent. The Dodgers.
No,
they don't.
So I think here's what I'm trying to convey is let's forget about the Pirates, because when I brought up the Pirates, I was thinking long-term plan.
Correct.
So I guess what Carey's trying to say is a team that's closer. It doesn't have to be the Brewers. It could be something in that realm. If they just poured a little gas on it, that would be a difference maker. Now, a team like the Pirates, They would have to pour a little bit of gas. So instead of just getting the bargain bin crap and developing their own players, they will not get the same players that the Dodgers want or that the Phillies want, but there are players that they could get to make that team better incrementally so that one day they can be the Brewers to where then they go get the last. Because that's what the Cardinals are going to have to do. Like, if we're going to go full circle with this, the Cardinals are going to have to develop from within, grab a few bargain bin pieces, and then when they're ready to do something, they're going to have to pour a little gas on it, to which I don't know if they'll be ready to do that.
I think we're opening up a different conversation, though. The Brewers, I don't want to use the Brewers as an example because the Brewers are one of the smartest organizations in baseball. So to just say, the Cardinals need to do what the Brewers did, but also add a couple of free agents. The Cardinals have to become smart, and they have not been smart.
We don't know if they are or not. Because
right,
Bloom
exactly.
He's a month into the job.
Correct.
So
but they have not been smart. They have not been savvy.
I would agree with that.
So
well, and with a team like the Brewers, if you end up getting into a contract like that, typically those people are probably going to want some term, and that kind of goes against why you are even a good team to begin with.
Exactly. Correct. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Is roster construction hindering the Blues right now? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN. Well, a couple of great NBA games last night, and if you didn't play on Underdog, what are you waiting for? Sign up, use the code Anthony, and you're going to get bonus funds and bonus entries of up to $100, and I'll throw out that code again. But tonight, you've got almost a full slate in the NBA, and you can make your entries right here in Missouri. And when I say entries, it's just all about picking a couple of players that you like to go either higher or lower on their stats. For example, how about Karl Anthony Towns to go higher than 21.5 points tonight as the Knicks take on the Cavaliers. I also like Donovan Mitchell on the other side of things to go higher than 27.5 points. Maybe you don't like Jared Allen's matchup or Lonzo Ball's matchup. You can choose to go lower than the point totals, the three-pointers made, assists, to get the idea. If you get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, all for playing at Underdog and cash in on your NBA takes. Download the app today. Use my promo code Anthony. Again, just my first name, Anthony, to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, that promo code is Anthony at Underdog, where you can make plays and you can win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.inspeakgambling.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues fall to the LA Kings last night in overtime. They'll be back in action tomorrow taking on the Utah Mammoth, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We'll talk at 4:30 with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery, and then at 5 o'clock we will talk with Joe Vitale. Are the Blues, is roster construction hindering the Blues right now? We'll discuss it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
From Byfield to Fiala, now to Kempe. One touch back to Fiala, far side. Kempe shoots and scores.
A lot of times you lose a game and you think your team was worse than they appeared, and you watch the game back and your team's better than you thought. That wasn't the case.
That was Jim Montgomery, who will join us at 4:30 today. That was from Morning Skate. The Blues last night struggled. We opened the show with that. Is roster construction hindering the Blues right now? Jamie, I want to phrase it this way. We know that the whatever is over with the Blues. Doug Armstrong made it clear when he said that in the offseason, and he said that last year. The moves that he has made, the additions he has made to this team are another indication that this is a team that is expected to win. Yeah, Jimmy Snuggerud last night essentially benched. We know that Logan Mailloux has been a healthy scratch. So wouldn't that be an indication that Jim Montgomery is operating as if, hey, we're not trying to develop anybody on the fly here? Or actually, I'm sorry, we're not trying to slowly develop players. They have to compete right now. They have to produce right now, because this is a team that is expected to challenge for not only the playoffs, but to win a playoff series or two.
Yeah.
Isn't that an indication? They're not trying to slowly develop young players.
No, they're not. And I don't think they need to. You know, so I've said this before. When I came to the Blues in 1993, that team was built to win. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Like, we had a run of really good teams. Well, I was a rookie. How do you you're not getting token ice time as a rookie. You got to go earn it. You got to find a way to earn it. And I had to change my entire game to find a way to play every night, because we had, like, on defense, we had Murray Barron, Al McInnes, Chris Pronger, Steve Duchesne, myself, Mark Bergevin. Like, we had a crew of defensemen, let alone the forwards that we had up front with Gretzky, Hull, Corson, Courtnall, Turgeon. Like, take your pick of, like, eras. Then the Tkachuk, Mellenby, Drake, all those guys came in. So for these guys, Snuggerud and Mailloux and Tucker and Kessel, because Tucker and Kessel were not exempt last night either. They played under 10 minutes as defensemen. That's putting in a massive amount of pressure on your top four. Because when you look at the time on ice last night for the D-Corps, Broberg, 23 minutes and a bit, 26 minutes for Cam Fowler, 25 and a half for Parayko, 23 and a half for Falk. That's a lot of ice time for these guys. We're six games in now for the Blues, and they're playing that. Every one of those guys should be down around 20 minutes, except for maybe Fowler and Parayko, playing 21, 22, because they play power play, penalty kill, that kind of thing. So there's stress right now on the D-Corps because they can't quite figure it out with Tucker, Kessel, and Mailloux yet. There's pressure on some of the forwards. Look at last night. Dylan Holloway, 22 and a half minutes as a forward. That's absurd. Jordan Kyrou, over 20 minutes. 21 minutes for Robert Thomas. Like, no, too much. This early in the year, too much. You see some burnout. But why is that happening? Because Jimmy Snuggerud didn't have his game last night. Alex Texier hasn't had his game all season. Maybe last year, too. But either way, he hasn't been able to contribute with a lot of ice time to help out either. So, therefore, it's not the roster construction per se, because Jimmy Snuggerud put together 14 games in a row last year, 7 regular season, 7 playoff. They were pretty damn good hockey games. For whatever reason right now, the team hasn't found their groove. And we talked about it in the very first segment today. If Thomas, Holloway, Kyrou, Buchnevich are scoring on a regular basis, you don't have to worry about this stuff. All of a sudden, an extra 2 minutes for Tucker and Kessel in the game doesn't matter because you're up by a goal or two. Because you're playing with a lead, a bigger lead, rather than have to close it down. Now we got to play the top 4 every time, and then I got to. Snuggy's he's not on his game tonight. We can't play him because we got to play this guy. Now we're down 2 forwards. Now the lines are jumbled up too.
I was going to ask about that. Does like when you are kind of, we talked about it yesterday about moving lines and players going on different lines and all. Does that impact how they're playing in that moment? Like sometimes it may be Monty feels like this is going to help, but could it be hindering when you are not playing with the guys you've been familiar with?
Like, you don't know. It's sometimes it's like a chef.
Yeah.
You throw an ingredient in the pot, and it either helps the dinner or hurts the dinner, right?
Like Ratatouille.
Like Ratatouille.
His favorite movie.
Hell of a movie, by the
Watched
way,
it.
guys. Let me tell you something.
36 hours straight.
You haven't done anything in life until you've watched that thing 4 times in a row within 32 hours.
Absolutely.
It's a hell of a movie. Kids, you'll love it. But, yeah, so Monty sometimes is trying his best to create the best meal.
Right.
But it's very difficult because some of the ingredients are expired, they're not good, or they're not ready, they're not ripe. You know, it's just not working together.
So with that being said, I know Doug Armstrong said, well, the Blues are out of their whatever. Does it really feel that way? I know he said that, but what we're witnessing right now, does what he said and what we're witnessing match up?
Yeah, I think it does. It's just our expectations aren't being met.
Well, right now we're expecting the same team that ended last season.
Correct. That's exactly
Because when you
what
look
I
at
was
the
thinking.
roster, you basically have the same roster.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't have Ryan Suter, to which, by the way, I think people now might see the value of what he brought to this team last year. When you could throw out a guy who's played 20 years in the league and he's still playing 18 to 22 minutes a game as your third pair, playing alongside Tucker or whoever you throw at him, there's value there.
Sure.
So maybe there was a misstep there along the way as far as a roster construction. Maybe they needed another veteran for that third pair. Maybe it's not Ryan Suter. He's going to be 42 years old, I think, this year. Like, maybe it's not Ryan Suter. But maybe it's player X, who could play left side with Tucker on the right or Mayu on the right, and now you're dragging guys left. Maybe. But one would think, watching Tyler Tucker play in the playoffs last year and down the stretch, he was ready for the full-time assignment.
Right.
So that, again, you're looking at your roster, and you go, okay, Tucker maybe not playing up to speed, although I like the way he's playing. I'm fine with what he's doing. Matt Kessel, I think he's fine. The pressure of this, all of this stuff goes away if your top guys are producing the way they can.
Yeah, very true.
If Robert Thomas has 6 points or 7 points or 8 points right now on the season, Holloway has 3 or 4 or 5 goals on the season, we're not worried about this. Because last night's game is blown wide open then.
Right.
And you're like, okay, we won 4-1.
Yep.
Tucker and Kessel played 13 minutes each.
Good.
Why? Because you could.
Right.
Well, and I think, our expectations are that this team should be a playoff team, but I think there are concerns that the players that are here right now, and we talked about it yesterday, Grant Francis fan club brought up the lack of consistency or the consistency of Robert Thomas. Maybe this is what he's talking about. And, it's not just him, obviously. You mentioned everybody a part of the top 6. I just wonder if this is what the team is.
No, this is not what the team is, because to me, I always
6 games in.
I always go back and I look at a product at its highest point. So the stock of a company at its highest point, and in that area, that's what it can be.
Absolutely. Yeah. We know what this team can be when they're playing really good hockey. The problem is, can they do that for a full season?
The problem I have is right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. 5 players are ahead of Robert Thomas in scoring on the team. And below that, Dylan Holloway is 13th on the team. There's your problems. Jordan Kyrou has 1 goal on the season. That's a problem. Pavel Buchnevich has 0 goals. He's got 4 assists, 0 goals, and he's not creating. He's not getting around the ice good enough to create right now. Those are your problems. So
Right.
people like to focus on Snuggerud, Mayu, Kessel, Tucker. Those are accent pieces to your bigger problem, which is your star players not producing right now.
And my point is, if we are out of the whatever, they should be more consistent. We saw it for 2 months, right? They were awesome. But can they do it for a full season?
Well, they have proven that they can.
So for me,
They have proven that.
For me,
Cairo
it's-
and Thomas, you look at their numbers, they've proven that over the course of a season, they can do it. Dylan Holloway, to be determined. He's only had one breakout season.
For me, it's 6 games. Like I think the panic, the starting up the panic bus is a little bit much ado about nothing at
agree.
this point. I did want to ask you. I'm looking at these lines. I saw Lou Corrick and Jeremy tweet this. The Booch, Thomas, Cairo on line 1, Holloway, Shin, Neighbors, Suter, Joseph, flanked by Joseph and Snuggerud, and Walker, Sundquist, and Bukestad. But defensive pairings, which I thought was interesting, was Broberg and Parayko, Tucker and Falk, and Fowler and Mayu.
Yeah.
That seemed like that's what is that? What is that
Creating balance.
throughout the entire?
You're creating balance,
Yep.
and for lack of better words, you're hiding some of your youth.
Got you.
I've said this before on these airwaves. When I came into the league, I played with Al McInnes. I mean, Al McInnes was the year I was with him, he was the best defenseman in the league, won the Norris Trophy. And
Made
so
your life easy.
It made my life easy, and it just that presence out there on the blue line. Chris Pronger played with Chris McAlpine, who was another young player at the same time. So
Right.
they're kind of mimicking a lot of that right now. And what happened was 10, 15 games into the season, and Barrett Jackman was a benefactor of this too. Barrett Jackman won Rookie of the Year playing with Al McInnes as his partner. What happens is at one point or another, your play as a young player starts to elevate. You start to hit the levels that you're supposed to hit because you're out there with a dependable guy who's
Right.
talking to you the whole time.
Right.
There's value in that. Like last year when Tyler Tucker was at his finest, he was playing with Ryan Suter. And every freaking time they went to the bench, they were talking. It wasn't like, hey, do this. It was either, hey, great play, great job. I was open there. Great
Right.
job, great pinch, good hit. Like it's you get on the job coaching from guys like that. So I like the fact that they've paired these guys up like this.
What is your frustration level for the Blues right now? 1 to 10. Leave us a mic drop via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Again, leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop. Where's your frustration level with the Blues, ranking 1 to 10? 1 being, 6 games. Not frustrated at all. To 10. Tear the team down to the studs and start over. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. What's trending is next.
Johnny Londoff, Chevrolet, they've always got amazing deals going on over there. Great inventory as well. Whether you're looking for a brand new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Londoff Chevrolet and Londoff Autoplex have got you covered for sure. They've got the 2 locations I just talked about, the original location in Florissant, Missouri, and the brand new Autoplex out in St. Peter's. Both have great inventory, and there's no excuse now. You can't say, oh, one's too far, I can't drive all that way. No, there's one at each end of the city, so pick one and get in there. You won't be sorry. And when it comes to time to trade in your vehicle, Londoff Chevrolet guarantees you the most cash for your money. They don't roll it into this or that or try to put some deal. No, it's cash. They'll give you cash for your car. Boom. And then you can take that cash and put it towards another vehicle. That is your choice. But that's a Londoff guarantee. I've been a customer for over 25 years. I absolutely love going to Londoff. They're like family to me now after all these years, and they take care of my family. All of my kids are driving Londoff Chevrolet vehicles. Jim Sappho out at the Autoplex in St. Peter's does an amazing job with his staff. And, of course, Johnny Londoff out at the original one is awesome to deal with as well. So stop by either location. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in, or visit them online at londoff.com or londoffautoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, it looks like the San Francisco Giants, one of Anthony's favorite teams growing up, have found their next manager, Tony Vitale. He is now the new San Francisco Giants manager, coming from Tennessee. Now, Jamie, you had an interesting question in our pre-show meeting regarding coaches from the college level making their way to the big leagues within the game of baseball.
Yeah. I thought it was weird because I listened to a whole bunch of people today, national people, regional, and then BK was talking about it too. And like everybody's like, oh, I don't know how this is going to work. You know, he's a college coach and this is Major League Baseball. The NHL is filled with college coaches that coach in the NHL now. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the big problem is here. Yeah, they only play, 50-some games at the collegiate level, maybe more, especially a team like Tennessee. They get all the playoffs and things like that.
College Baseball World Series.
But I don't maybe I'm crazy. I don't see the problem. Everybody talks about all these retreads all the time. Oh, we just go back into the bucket and we take the old guy that was here.
Right.
And then when you get a team like the Giants, who Buster Posey now is stepping outside of the box, it looks like, to one of the best college coaches.
Yeah.
If I'm correct on that.
He's
even going to take less money to go coach the Giants than what he was making at Tennessee.
So Vitale, 341 and 131 as a coach at Tennessee.
Is that good?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the
yeah.
I think so.
Here's the negative, right? Here's the negative. He only can coach in college baseball, motivate kids. Can't do it when everybody's making millions of dollars. That's the negative, right? And he's out after 3 years. The positive is if you can coach, you can coach.
Yeah.
I don't know where he fits into this, but I do think that, to Jamie's point, instead of going with the retreads over and over and over and over again, why not reach to the college ranks? Just like every other sport does it, by the way. We've seen college basketball coaches go to the NBA. Some have had success, some haven't. NFL obviously reach into the college football ranks. Sometimes it's difficult. I think it's actually more rare in the NFL to have success than it might be in other sports.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think though that this is an out of the box hire. I like it.
Yeah,
he's young too. He's 47.
He's from St. Louis.
He could be there forever.
So he's from St. Louis. Went to Smith.
There you go.
Didn't know that. I agree with you though. If you can coach, you can coach. Like, it doesn't matter. And players respect coaches that know what they're talking about, that don't try to make it about them. Like, if you come into a room full of grown men who have, are making tens of millions of dollars, and you know what you're talking about and you can help them win, that's all they care about.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about how old you are. They don't care about how young you are. They don't care if you played in the in Major League Baseball and you hit 200 home runs or you struck out 500 times. They don't care if you were a good collegiate player. Do you know what you're talking about? Eric Spoelstra was a videographer for the Miami Heat.
Right.
Like, he worked his way up in the video department. Mm-hmm. He has won multiple championships as a head coach for the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
And has been there almost 15, 20 years now. Like, it doesn't matter who you are or where you come from, as long as you can coach and you know how to help players get to where they need. Now, where you run into the problems is when you don't know spit, and you start talking weird, and you act a little weird, and then people start looking at you like, what the hell is this dude talking about?
Yeah, but this guy played at a high level, did he not? Mm-hmm. This guy played at a high level.
He played. He played
at least collegiate. He was at Mizzou with Max Scherzer. Mm-hmm. So, it's not like he hasn't played the game. Now, did he have a really long professional career? I don't know. There's certainly not a long Major League Baseball career, if he even had one at all.
He did not.
So, but look, we go back and we look at people like Mike Schilt. Mike Schilt never played anywhere. Mm-hmm. Now, besides the fact that he may not be the greatest guy in the world, doesn't matter. As a baseball person, he knew what the hell he was talking about.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen before where coaches who are not in situations that other ones have been in, they found success. I witnessed a college football head coach go overseas and have success with a soccer team.
Bingo. I mean, again, if you can coach, you can coach. It's
absolutely.
And it's not about the wins or losses. At least it wasn't for that.
Galvanize the players in the locker room. Are you a leader of men?
Yeah.
If you are, those players will rally around you.
He won. I think he won an EPL. Didn't he? He were in the Premier League.
Possible. Now, do you think it would be a really good idea for this Vitello? Listening to BK, apparently him and Max Scherzer are super tight. Everybody's playing.
Pitching coach. Come on in.
No, you wonder, Max, depending on what happens here, you wonder, does the Giants give Max Scherzer a really low-end deal to come in and be a pitcher so that this guy has a voice in the room? That kind of a veteran player, a psychopath like Scherzer, and this guy here, a little bit of a...
They'd be a great fit.
And then...
Slide right into where Justin Verlander was in the rotation.
And then the following years, maybe he does join the pitching staff and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Because it's always good to have allies in the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. So when Rafael Devers doesn't want to play first base...
Right. You punch him right in the face.
No, but, because that will be the obstacle for this guy.
Yeah, you're right.
The $25, $30 million player, hey, I need you to do this. And the guy says, go chase yourself. Mm-hmm. all right.
And Max Scherzer hits him with the crazy eyes. Yeah.
Or he
all of a
just says,
sudden,
hey.
Raphael Devers is at first.
Or he says, hey, Rafi, come on. Give it a shot. Come on. You know, I'd like to win some games here.
Right. Yeah. Or I'm going to punch you in the face.
I'm going to throw a ball right between your eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. NFL real or smoke and mirrors? We'll get to that next on 101 ESPN.
If you are looking to sell your home anytime soon, and right now, actually, it's a pretty good time. People always think, oh, well, the fall is here now, I shouldn't list my home. No, now list your home because there's less inventory on the market. And anybody who's looking to sell a home or to buy a home is going to be interested. But do yourself a favor. Call Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. She'll help you out. I might act like I know what I'm talking about, but she really understands the business, and she's going to be able to walk you through the process and also sit down, and she's going to be able to price your home to sell it for the most money available, but also sell it quickly, because that's what you want. You want to get the most money possible, get to the closing table, and move on. Whether you're downsizing, whether you're going bigger, whether you're relocating, you want the headache of selling your home gone, and Gloria Liu can do that for you. But you got to give her a call. When you call her, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. She loves hearing that. Her number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Again, that's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
7:09, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Let's play a little NFL. Real or smoke and mirrors? And Jamie, this is kind of your birth child. Because you accused the 49ers in 2019 of being smoke and mirrors all season long. And when they lost due to a bad fourth quarter, when they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, you were proven right. Yeah.
It was just a matter of time.
It certainly was. Are the Cowboys a real wild card threat?
Oh.
Or are they just smoke and mirrors?
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
No, they are a real threat.
Okay.
I think they are. I said it coming into the year, I thought Dak could be a potential MVP candidate. He's one of those players that when he's on, he's on. And I thought the addition of George Pickens to CeeDee Lamb, just having that receiver opposite of a true number one receiver, because George Pickens, I think he's a fantastic receiver. I don't know that he's a number one, and he was the number one in Pittsburgh, right? So him being opposite of CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee getting all of that attention, it just makes life easier for George Pickens, and it makes life easier for the quarterback. And what we talked about yesterday, they've added a running game, right? They added the ability to run the ball with Javonte Williams. So they've done a fantastic job offensively. Defensively, they've had some moments, but I think that Giants game, I don't know what the hell happened there, giving up all those points. But I think defensively, they've done a pretty good job all year long. So, yeah, I think they are a real team. And I think Dak is going to be one of those guys that are MVP caliber players at the end of the year.
I'm with Carey on this. I really am. I think that they've got a relatively difficult schedule in certain pockets, but then they finished the season with the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Those are all, as people would say, winnable games. But they do have a pocket of Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. But they do play Cardinals and Raiders. I think the Cowboys are set up to be a playoff team. I really do.
I think they can threat to be a wild card team. I don't know if they necessarily get in. You know, I really don't know exactly what this team is going to do week in and week out. You know, I thought they were building after the Jets game, but then you lose to the Panthers. Like, those are the games where if this team is going to be a playoff team based on what their defense is, you have to beat teams like the Panthers. And I feel like there's games on their schedule right now where they could end up dropping for whatever reason, and that would ultimately leave them out of the playoffs. So I don't really trust their defense. To me, they're the NFC version of what the Bengals were last year, where they're still in the mix. They're in the conversation at the end of the season, but ultimately they're not good enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Bengals comparison is really good, and the Bengals weren't eliminated until week 18 last year.
Bengals played no defense.
The Cowboys haven't played much defense
but they played.
True.
The Cowboys have lost to the Eagles, who are number one in their division. They lost to the Carolina Panthers, who don't look now, are number two in their division with a winning record. They tied against the Green Bay Packers, and I think they had one more loss. But the teams that they've lost to are teams that are either they're above 500 or they're winning their division. Like, they're not losing to slouches. So I think the Cowboys, and they lost to the Bears, who are also 4-2.
Now, the flip side of that, Carey, is they've only beaten teams that are below 500.
Well, Jamie, this is my damn argument. Don't let facts get in the way of a good story. Damn it, man.
I'm sorry. I just like, wait a minute.
Don't. I was steering it this way. You took it that way. Damn it. Just keep it over here.
Sorry, buddy.
Like,
and you barely
wrong.
You barely beat a Giants team that was led by Russell Wilson.
He was cooking. He was cooking that day. Till he threw that interception. He was cooking till he threw that last pick.
But that's the point. That's the point. He was cooking your defense at home.
I think that they're a real wild card threat, but that's
as far as it goes.
I think they're back in that category.
All right, are the Colts a real Super Bowl contender, or are they just smoke and mirrors?
Smoke and mirrors.
I don't know that they're a real Super Bowl contender, but I do think that they are divisional round playoff team, right there with an opportunity to make it to the AFC Championship game. But winning a championship, winning a Super Bowl, I would.
Appearing, let's just say appearing.
No chance.
Appearing in the Super Bowl this year, no.
Yeah.
Hey, that's smoke and mirrors.
I just can't. I agree. I can't.
Now, their schedule is favorable for most of the season. They are benefiting from a last place schedule. Like, they haven't really played. The only team that they've really played is the Rams, and they lost. And
by 7.
Yeah, by
at
7.
LA.
But then they got the Titans, the Steelers, Falcons, the Chiefs. That's going to be a tough one. Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, maybe. 49ers, good team. But
yeah, it's very favorable. There's no question.
The moment they get into the playoffs, I think they're going to get punched in the mouth.
Right. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. What happened to the
Titans?
I think they are a true Super Bowl contender, at least to make the Super Bowl. You have other teams in the AFC that are absolute wild cards right now. What are the Bills? Their defense is not great. Yeah, okay, we can rely on Josh Allen.
Yeah.
When has he ever won a big game? Oh, wait, he hasn't. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're irrelevant right now.
What has Danny Dimes done?
He hasn't done really anything either.
You be careful with the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar's back.
Oh, yeah. Jamie and I said they were about to make a run here.
How about their defense?
Okay.
Don't
worry about that.
Roquan Smith is back.
I don't see the Colts getting to a Super Bowl because inevitably they're going to have to play the Kansas City Chiefs.
Absolutely. But I don't think you should discount what their team is made of right now. I'm telling you, I think that we're discounting them because Daniel Jones is their quarterback.
They're a great story, Marshy. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, they're a fantastic story. And I love the underdog. So I don't piss all over Danny Dimes. I want him to do well. I like that stuff. But I don't see them getting to a Super Bowl.
Smoke and mirrors.
I just think that this year could be the year for a team like the Colts to be said team that finds their
AFC,
way.
Yeah, because
that's all I'm saying. It's a wild card right now.
Yes,
and to Marshy's point, they could have the first round bye.
Right.
So they could be in the divisional game and only need 2 wins to make it to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Face some wild card, some plucky wild card team, and have home field
throughout the playoffs.
No, I agree with you guys. Yeah. Are the Patriots? But okay, here's where I stop. If Mahomes has got to go into Indy and he's facing,
give me Patrick Mahomes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day.
Are the Patriots the best team in the AFC East, or is that smoke and mirrors? I think it's legit.
Oh, wow.
I think it's legit.
I'm not on the Drake May
Bill's
and
got
the
issues,
Patriots
man.
train just yet. I'm not on there. I'm
on
just
Drake May?
I'm not on the train. I'm
on the Drake May train. The rest of the team.
He's playing really well.
I'm not there yet. And reason being, I think Drake May is doing an outstanding job. Stephon Diggs is your leading receiver. Who else you got after that?
Keyshawn Boutte.
Yeah, there you go.
He's been great.
Demario Douglas.
Boutte, you got.
Double D.
And Hunter Henry is
Hunter
your tight end.
Henry is about 35 years old.
And anytime you put the ball in Ramondre Stevenson's hands, it's probably going to be on the ground.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Which is why Drake May will just run around and do his thing.
That's not.
They're real.
I'm not ready. I think the
They
Patriots
are real and they are spectacular.
A year or two away, and a couple of playmakers, both on the offensive and defensive side away.
All right. I don't disagree with that.
Well, they are the best team. Mm-hmm. They literally beat the Bills.
Literally.
They did.
They beat the Bills.
Do I think they can beat them again?
Nah.
Oh, I do. Are the Bears a legit playoff contender, or are they just smoke and mirrors?
Oh, that's smoke and mirrors. But they are playing well. It is exciting because we're so quick to write off young players, especially quarterbacks, when they don't perform well. Oh, he's the first, or he's supposed to be. And sometimes you need adults in the room that can manage and lead and show you how to be a pro and show you where him and Rome Odunze, I don't know what they got an understanding. I said DJ Moore he goes missing at times, but he actually found Cole Kmet a few times last week. Still haven't Colston Loveland. I don't know where we are with him. They got a lot of
mouths to feed.
They do.
It's not like the Colts with Tyler Warren, It's like Michael Pittman, Joshua Downs.
Yeah. They are running the ball well offensively. Caleb Williams is taking care of the football. They're winning games. He looks more mature. He looks like he understands a little bit better than he did at all last year. So I'm not ready to say that they are the real deal. I think they're still smoke and mirrors, but I do like what I'm seeing from Caleb Williams in that offense.
They haven't played the big dogs yet either. They haven't played the Lions. They haven't played the Packers.
They played the Lions and they got smoked.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Marsh. So they haven't played the Packers. So they
got smoked 52-21.
That's right.
That was bad. This is really bad.
Playoff contender. I think the word contender is the key word. I think they They are, based on their schedule, too. They have a pretty favorable schedule coming up here, so if you can bank wins, that sets you up pretty well towards the end of the year. Maybe you end up winning a close game against one of those. You know, the Packers, well, they really haven't impressed me. The Bears could find their way against the Packers team that is up and down at times throughout the year. I don't see why they couldn't.
Well, we'll see. You know, the Bears have scored at least 21 points in every game this year.
Yeah.
I think they're the only team to do so.
There's still a -3 differential, though.
Oh, Jamie.
He's been
the.
I mean, come on, man.
Smoke and mirrors talk about just
come on.
douse everybody with cold water.
Guys, I'm just making sure the listeners get the facts. You should try it. You know?
Be better.
Be better.
Be better, you fat A.
It's cocky fat A.
Cocky fat
That's
A.
what my bad.
Patrick H.
If we're talking facts, we got to get that right.
Are the Blues reverting back to their old habits?
Oh, come on.
Let's see if Jamie gives us facts now.
You winning?
That's next on 101 ESPN.
the same thing as last year. We're going through the exact same thing as last January. And we're going to have to get it changed. And we're going to have to go to work all together. That's how you gain consistency, is through communication. It's by players holding players accountable, coaches holding players accountable, players holding coaches accountable. We're not getting the job done right now with our consistency, with effort and execution. And we have to demand more of each other.
That was Jim Montgomery, who will join us in right around about an hour or so. 4:30, Monty will join us, and that was him on working through the same problems as last year, and that was in the post-game press conference last night. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marshall, Anthony Stalter, the Blues reverting back to their old habits. We saw this a little bit. I mean, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison, Jamie. We saw this a little bit, though, when Craig Berube was speaking to the media several years ago about the core. And if you remember the infamous, it's not good enough, not even close. It was it kind of had a similar vibe. But when you're watching this team, Jamie, do you feel like they're reverting back to kind of some old habits of last year? Or it's just a slow start, and we have to be a little patient?
So are we just hand-picking moments at this point?
Yeah.
And turning it into a conversation?
Yes,
because
it's called confirmation bias.
Because if we're doing that, like, are they going back to their old ways? Well, their old ways won 12 games in a row last year as well.
Not those old ways.
But what old ways are we talking about?
The ones
November.
that he just mentioned in January.
I know, but like we're hand-picking now. We're just like, okay, well,
he literally said it.
Okay.
Get him, Marsh.
So then Jim Montgomery is saying, oh, we're going back to the way we played. He's saying some of the habits, yes, are the same. Mm-hmm. But we're 6 games in. So are we discounting the effort in Vancouver? Are we throwing that away, right? That didn't count. That one didn't happen. Where you dominated a really good team, that game didn't happen. The second half of the Calgary game, that didn't happen either.
No, it happened.
It happened. And I understand that. And how about the Dallas game? Well, that didn't happen either, right? No, we dominated one of the best offensive teams. We held them to under 20 shots on goal. But you know what?
That was different. That was a Saturday night.
We're not going to talk about that.
Blues always play well on a Saturday night.
No, they didn't.
Especially after Adam Sandler was in town.
That's a new trend that they're setting. Yes, they're asking for Adam to be here more often based upon that. So, anyways, to get back to my original point are some of the things that we've talked about in the past showing up right now? Yes, they are. Are we saying that this team is that team in January last year? It's pretty tough to say that with 6 games where I'll say 2.5 of the 6 games you've played well. So 50% of the games you've played to what you think is your ability.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Jim Montgomery is bringing these things up as a warning sign to his own players, saying we cannot go back to what that was for an extended period of time. Because if we do that, then ultimately we end up right where we were last year, way outside the playoff picture, and people talking about, well, they should just tank a little bit more and get a high draft pick. That doesn't seem to vibe with what the organization feels this team should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Monty's targeting his star players. I don't think he's using the media to convey a message, because Monty has talks with his players every day. Good, bad, and different. He's talking to all the players different times throughout the day. But I think he's saying clearly, like, are we going back? So if we go back to January, there was a lot of talk about Robert Thomas not being able to contribute on a consistent basis, body language issues. Pavel Buchnevich had issues. Like, I think that's the conversation is like, again, I go back to my original point all day now, is the top guys have to be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not scoring points, what are you doing? Like, are you playing sound defensively? Are you limiting the opposition to no chances? Are you doing something that's out of characteristic to help your team win a hockey game? I don't know if I'm seeing that right now. So I think
Are
that's
you blocking shots.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger issue right now, is that your top guys haven't separated themselves from the pack, which the pack is the rest of your team.
Right.
I think no matter, and to your point, Jamie, if your best players aren't playing their best, you're not going to win. Like you made the analogy earlier today talking about, different players and doing these things. If I could play the best game of my career, right? I can block every person that I'm supposed to block. If Ben turns the ball over 4 times, we ain't winning.
Yeah.
You talked about the third and fourth line guys. Like, I'm doing my job. I'm the third line, fourth line. They're doing their job to the best of their ability. But the guys gotta be the guys, and that's why they're paid the most. That's why the most is expected of them. That's why they get the most accolades and the most pressure, because that's what comes with that territory. Is when you are the better player or the highest paid player, there's a level of expectancy on you to perform and be the best player on the ice, not just on your team, but on the entire ice and the entire rink. Like, you're supposed to be that best player, and when you're not, you're probably going to have troubles winning games. Jordan Bennington was the best player for the most part all of last night, but he can't score. So Anthony thought about taking him, but
thought about it, yeah,
didn't happen,
nope.
Right? So if your best players aren't performing to the level, and again, it's 6 games in, but I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier. Like, you got to start faster. You gotta,
there's gotta be some
whatever
urgency.
it is, the urgency, the lack thereof, you got to get going. And I think a few people on this team have gotten the memo. I think Matthew Joseph got the memo. Like, I think when you talk about him and how he was playing and just the effort and energy, he knows what his role is, and damn it, I'm going to play hard if nothing else.
Problem is he can't score.
But I can do if I don't score, I'm going to try to do everything else, because guess who should be scoring?
Yeah, but
Jordan
again,
Kyrou.
all roads lead back to the top guys.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Matthew Joseph falls in that bucket of Nathan Walker.
Yeah.
Like the guys that work their asses off. They're buzzing up and down the ice, finishing up. They're doing all the little things right, but they don't possess the ability to be game breakers.
Because the God didn't give them that.
They don't have it. It ain't in the toolbox.
It ain't there. I told you, Don Beebe used to say, you can't put in what God left out. And some of them guys ain't got. I didn't have 4.3 speed. I wasn't blessed with that. Wish I was, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
I get you a 4 or 5 on a good day. 4 or 6. That's my area. But 4 or 5 on a really good day, downhill with the wind in my back. Some guys got it. Some guys don't. And the guys that got it, they got to come on. They got to be the ones to lead your team and pull your team through these moments and get them over the hill.
Yeah. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. If you got a question for us, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. We're going to have Sports Six Pack Part 1 next.
All right, are you tired of waking up in the morning and taking a look at the stock market and being stressed out? The market goes up and down and up and down. Let me help you out here. If you're looking for a smart, stable investment, try U.S. farmland. A lot of successful people right now are investing in U.S. farmland for several reasons. One, you don't have to look at the stock market every day and worry about crashes and the highs and the lows and all of that stuff. No, when you invest in U.S. farmland, you get steady returns, long-term growth, real stability. That's what it provides for you. Also, let's not forget that year after year after year, there's appreciation to the land, to the farm, to all that stuff. So you're definitely working at getting your money to go up and up and up and up at a slow pace. AgVest is the leading financial institution managing over $900 million in farmland deals, and they're licensed in 10 states. So please give them a call. And if you own farmland, AgVest can also help you out, but you got to do me a favor. Call the founder over at AgVest. His name is Chris Bronner. That number is 618-520-7022, 618-520-7022, or visit agvestadvisors.com. Buy land. They are not making it anymore.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues fall to the Kings last night in overtime, but they're back in action tomorrow, taking on the Utah Mammoth, and you can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We will hear from Jim Montgomery, Blues head coach, at 4:30, so stay tuned for that. And we'll also have an interview with Joe Vitale at 5. But coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack, so get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Our six-pack is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, Part 1. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, can you hit us with question 1, please?
Question number 1.
All right, so this question coming off the heels of our previous segment from the 636. How many years does the Blues core, need to understand the same message? Show up, period. It's in all caps. This core that all had big second contracts perform at times like they're in their first 3 years, and it's infuriating. Players gotta want to be great. What are your thoughts on what the 636 texted in?
Yep, they're right.
That's it.
Question 2, please.
They're right. It's all we've said all show. Literally regurgitating everything we've said all show. So they're 100% right.
Why are people so mad?
And as far as the core of the group, again, I'm just gonna say, if the core was good enough to create what they did at the end of last season, how is the core now terrible? How is it cancerous now?
Can I add to that?
Sure.
I just got a quick question. Please. Because normally when you have a core group, right, you usually have like the same coach, manager, person leading that core group. How many months has Jim Montgomery been leading this group?
Not a year yet. It'll be a year, I think, in November.
So generally speaking, as a former player, when you hear the same, now don't get me wrong, sometimes it gets annoying as hell, hearing the same thing over and over and over again. But if you're not doing it, that's why you continue to hear it. Generally speaking,
but
when it's
as
the
a
same
player, yes.
As a player, oh God, shut up, please, I got you. But then do it. Why you ain't doing it? So I think it's just, man, give it time. Hey, what were you, 60 games in?
No.
Hey, what were you, 40?
Oh, no, it's 6.
66? 66 games?
6 is the number.
Like less than 10? Like 10 minus 4?
Like,
yeah.
6
good math,
comes after 5.
Okay, I'm good with math. Yeah, like 3 plus 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Like 3, 2, and 1.
3 plus 2 plus 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
like
works.
the record.
Oh.
I'm just asking. Okay.
Dang, I see what you did there. You set us all up.
That was smooth.
He set us all
like
up.
that?
That was smooth.
Wow. Above 500? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right
Question
now.
2, please.
Question number 2.
All right, the Intimidator wants to know, hey, Anthony, how ticked off are you knowing that those dumb-ass Dodgers, as Carey likes to call them, are...
I don't call them the dumbass.
I call them that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Carey just likes using the word that describes the Dodgers.
Dumbasses.
Yeah, he likes to use that.
Not
how ticked off are you that those dumbass Dodgers are going to surpass the Cardinals in World Series titles within 5 years?
Well, the Cardinals got to get better then.
What do the Dodgers have now?
I don't know where they
Nobody
are.
knows or cares.
I know they've got
This is like
2
20
for sure. 3 that I can remember back in the
like 20
sort of days.
20th pennant that they've had. So they've been there.
They've
Well, I
been
mean,
there.
I think it's 20.
Major League Baseball set it up so they can continue to win. So
The Dodgers have 8 right now.
So they're 3 behind the Cardinals.
So there'll be 2 after...
2. No, the Blue Jays are going to put a damper on that one.
You stop that. You don't believe that.
I do.
I know you have to say that legally, being from Canada. I know that's in the contract when you sign. I know that's part of it.
How well do you know me?
I know you. According to the text line, you get paid to say a lot of things. You know?
But how well do you know me?
I know you very damn well. I know you wouldn't be paid.
Probably going to speak my mind.
Oh, yeah. Nah. Don't worry about it. If the Cardinals don't want the Dodgers to pass them, guess what? Play better.
Or spend more money.
That too.
They should just spend like the Dodgers do.
Yeah. Anthony, we've been through. We went way over in a segment talking about this.
That's what they have to do.
That's not what we said they have to do. We actually said they can't do that.
I think we should all be willing to pay
route.
$100 for parking downtown.
Yeah, you're gonna do that anyway.
It's on us.
Ballpark Village. Right. How much it cost down there?
To park?
Yeah. $48.
$30.
$48.
48? No, probably 30.
It's a lot. Probably.
I don't know. About 40.
It's at least 30.
On a game day? Oh, it's more than 30.
Right now?
On a game day.
Well, I mean, like Cardinals this past year.
Think about like
in their heyday.
Past, yeah,
I don't know.
At $48.
I mean, you're being very specific.
Yeah, I don't know. Who carries $8 on them?
Yeah, I don't think it's 48. I don't think it's ever been 48.
The guy?
Yeah.
Walrus King says 40. So
48 were Carey's.
Might have told me 40. See, yeah.
Carey's been overpaying.
Wait a second. I've heard what you do.
$8 though for that?
Yeah, $8.
I mean, round it up at least.
Now, you could.
Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean, Anthony?
Yeah.
You could park for free if
Hockey works, baseball doesn't.
You make your own sign and color pencils and crayons and stuff.
Yeah.
And
No, you got to go high tech. You got to print that.
Oh, okay.
Act like you belong,
been there.
And then you laminate it quick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. If you're willing to, you got to put the effort in, man. Yeah. Nothing's free in life. Except for parking if you do it right.
Smart.
Question number 3.
Very smart.
All right, this one's from Jamie's Vacation Speedo. If you could go back and alter one of your worst sports moment, what would it be?
One of my personal, it would be a team moment. It would be getting thumped in the. Well, it would be both. Because I was gonna say, in the Sugar Bowl by LSU, we got thumped. It was bad. If we'd have had 2 more quarters, Anthony, we'd have had them right where we wanted them. But those, it got out of hand those first 2 quarters. In the third and fourth quarter, we figured some things out, but it ran out of time.
Was that Jamarcus Russell?
No, that was Rohan Davey.
Rohan
Davey. What is Dominique Davis was the running back.
Okay.
I can't remember the receiver's name. He played for the Bills. Hey, they had a day, man. I'm gonna find it. They were killing us.
Bills.
Yeah.
And he was a receiver.
Yeah.
From LSU.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know.
I mean, if I could go back and change like a team thing, as an individual, there are lots of things I'd like to go back and change. So many mistakes, but as a team, I probably would have tried to hurt Steve Yzerman early in Game 7.
Ooh.
That way he
thought.
can't score in double overtime.
Yeah.
Josh Reed.
Yeah, Steve, you know I love you. You're my boy, but what has to be done has to be done.
Or I remember Andre Reed.
No, Josh Reed killed us.
Ed Reed.
His brother. He might be related, actually.
Why do you say that?
They're from Louisiana.
No.
Ed is from Louisiana as well. That's why I said it.
I thought they both got the same parking.
They got the same last name.
Jamie, would you go back and make sure Stevie Y doesn't score that goal, or would you go back and make sure that Nick Kyprios doesn't take out?
Yeah, it's a good
Grant
call.
Fuhr?
Little did we know that Nick Kyprios would become the difference maker in the 7-game series against the Red Wings when he played for the Maple Leafs. But yeah, you know what? You're right. Early in that series, we probably would have taken Nick Kyprios' head off and just make sure that we cut the snake's head off before there's a problem.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Question 3, please.
That was question 3.
Well, we'll get to question 4 next on 101 ESPN.
Pure Performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. They are known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. I can tell you that personally because I've had a number of things done over at Pure Performance to my pickup truck, and they do top-notch work. The price is great, and the people are awesome. They're located in St. Peter's at 3725 Harry Truman Boulevard. It's really easy. Take the Cave Springs exit. It's right there. They've got the 25,000 square foot facility. It is the largest showroom in the area, and you can find anything and everything that you're going to need to enhance the look of your vehicle. Do me a favor, though. When you walk in, ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to take great care of you no matter what you're looking to do to your vehicle, or if it's just simply some maintenance, because they have a full-service garage that can take care of brakes, tune-ups, oil change, you name it, they've got you covered. So get in there, find some awesome accessories, get your car taken care of by the best people in the business. And again, that is Pure Performance. So get in there in person. If not, at least check it out online. Go to pureperformance.com. Again, visit them at pureperformance.com.
Question. It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, time for part two of the Sports Six Pack. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Question 4, please, Marsh.
Question number 4.
All right, we get a question from the 801. We've heard a lot of bad, yet true, things about the Blues today, but what is one area of the team that is grossly underappreciated and underreported?
Well, up until recently, I would have said goaltending. I think that Jordan Binnington has launched himself onto the national/international media list now after his performance at the Four Nations. But like before that, like anywhere outside of St. Louis, people barely talked about Jordan Binnington. In fact, the only thing they talked about was, well, he gets all mad and he slashes guys and does dirty things. He's a head case. Okay. You obviously don't watch a lot of the Blues games. So I would say that the goaltending, up until just recently, grossly underappreciated. And I also think that Colton Parayko, massively underappreciated. So much so that our friend Dom, I love his work over at The Athletic.
You talk about him all the time.
Had him as the worst NHL contract a couple of years ago in all of the NHL. Now he's only making 6.5, and he's going to be playing for Team Canada in the Olympics. So I think Colton Parayko goes completely underappreciated too.
Question 5, please.
Question number 5.
All right, gentlemen, I had this earlier, and I don't know where it went, so apologies to the person who ended up texting it in. But have the Dodgers become the most hated team in baseball? And you can take that in any way, from maybe most recent or even in the past. Have they superseded what the old evil empire of the Yankees used to be?
I think that empire is still standing. But they are the new Yankees. Yeah, they're the most hated team in baseball. The Yankees haven't won since 2009.
And it's good. It's good for baseball. I honestly think when you have a team that either everyone hates or everyone loves, it's good. Like when when LeBron James joined the Miami Heat, everyone hated the Heat. And they won championships. And you were either watching because you loved Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James, or because you hated them so much you wanted them to fail. And you can say the same thing with the Dodgers. When they got Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts is there and Freddie's like, I hate these guys. Man, I want them to lose. I hope they lose. I'm just going to sit here, and then they never lose, and then your day is ruined. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happens to you. I'm sorry that you feel that way.
That's not an apology. This is putting my feelings back on me.
Do we hate the teams, or do we hate the fans of the teams? Because you look at the Dodgers, there's actually a lot of likable players on this team.
I don't hate the players. I hate their uniforms. I hate their stadium. I hate their fans.
Okay.
I hate what they kind of represent in baseball.
You hate Dave Roberts?
No, he's likable, although terrible giant. He's terrible.
All roads lead back to San Francisco.
Light hitting Dave Roberts. They signed him when he was 80.
He scored a huge run in the
Red Sox.
Yeah, it's like the biggest run of all time. Stole a base, came around and scored. Hey, tied the game up, and they went and won.
Where you also don't like.
He wouldn't have been on base, though, if it hadn't been for a key walk.
Very true.
Well, don't walk, guys. They come around and score.
You're right.
With the Dodgers, though, when we look at some of the most hated teams in all of sports, you can throw the Patriots in there. They had a dominant run. I feel like a lot of people hate the Kansas City Chiefs right now. But at some point, those runs come to an end. And with how baseball is right now, do you foresee the Dodgers run, whatever you want to call it, do you see it ending at any point within the next 10 years? Will they have a
10 years is a long time.
No.
Yes, it will. In the next 10 years is a long time.
No.
To be
Carey, they've been going to the National League Championship Series since 2000.
Yeah, no.
Then
13.
Then they'll be done here shortly.
Just sign more players. Sign more of the top players.
Okay, I agree with you guys.
There's
Keep
always
winning championships.
They're always free agency. And the Dodgers always just
keep buying championships.
Get those top guys.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, lots of money.
You like winning or losing?
I like winning.
Okay. Then come on. You already do it with the Chiefs. Come on, man. Come on.
I have rules,
Anthony.
though.
Anthony. Come on. It's good over here.
I'll never go to the Dodgers.
Anthony.
I'll never go to the Dodgers. Ever.
Anthony.
No.
I'm gonna be real honest right now. I have a visceral reaction, and I want to throw up every time Carey pumps up the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
terrible.
kidding.
It's
I hate it.
It's absolutely
I hate
terrible
it.
what he's doing.
Hey, come on, man.
No.
Marsh.
No.
You want to be a winner, man?
I want my team to win.
You want to be a winner? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I want my team to win.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Marsh,
I'm not picking another team.
You can
Marsh.
bless your couch
Come
for
on,
the
man.
Dodgers, too.
Come on.
No. You know what?
Marsh.
I'll go home. I'll bless the couch. Hopefully they get swept by the Blue Jays.
Marsh.
How about that?
Come on.
I'm not going anywhere.
Come on, Marsh.
Not going
Anthony,
out there.
Come on, guys. Yeah?
No.
Jamie?
No, not on this.
Question number 6.
No, never.
I want to throw up right now every time you bring them up. All right, from the 618.
Go down.
What would you rather have in terms of Major League Baseball manager? Would you rather have the college coach? We talked about Tony V earlier. Would you rather have Kurt Suzuki, who has no experience?
I'd rather go with a guy that's actually won games before. Give me Tony V.
Yeah.
St.
That
Louis
has
is finest.
Someone that is coached?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of value in that. Like, Suzuki's never managed, but he played for a long time. Was he 12 years as a catcher and backup catcher? There's value in that, but
Certainly.
there's also value in running a program.
Yeah.
To where spring training, you know what you're doing, you're running the right things, you know what you're looking for, you have a staff, you get the staff tasked right way. Like, when you've never done it, I'll tell you, when I started coaching, and even though it was the minors, like, until you've run an official training camp and you've run like certain things and you set up the week and how you're going to progress practices and things like it takes time to figure things out.
Yeah, it does. All right, we do need a new Gauntlet contestant. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet, now's your opportunity. We'll play the Gauntlet next. The NBA started last night. We got a full slate tonight, and if you want to cash in on your NBA takes, you got to play with my friends at Underdog. You can make your entries and win money right now in Missouri. You can play for as little as $1, and playing on Underdog's easy. Just choose whether or not your players that you either like or don't like based on the matchup will go higher or lower on their stats. So points, rebounds, steals. They got fantasy points, even three-pointers made. You get the idea? You'll love it. You get your entries right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Let's choose some of the players tonight. How about LaMelo Ball, higher than 7.5 assists? I mentioned this one before. I like Donovan Mitchell to go higher than 27.5 points. And I like, how about Karl Anthony Towns? I mentioned this again. I mentioned this before. Higher than 20.5 points at Knicks Cavs game. Should be very fun, very interesting. Download the app today. Use my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Anthony at Underdog, where you can make plays and win money. Must be 18 or older and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.inspeakgambling.org.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, where it is 4:04. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and let's welcome in Michael. What's up, Michael?
What's going on?
Not much. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for listening. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round one?
I would love to take on Jamie Rivers.
Jamie.
No?
Nah.
All right.
That's a Carey thing.
It is. You're right.
All right, so Jamie's going to head into the cone of silence. Looks like nobody's in there. So Jamie can kick back, enjoy himself, relax, and, I don't know, have a good time.
All right. Good luck, Michael.
Thank you, sir. You as well.
All right, Michael, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, good sir.
What are you hoping for, Mike?
I would love hockey or random. I'm not a big baseball or football person, so I'm hoping for the best.
All right, hockey or random. Let's see what he gets.
Damn it, man. Damn it, man.
It's a baseball.
It is.
Yep.
Swing and a miss.
Second time in 2 days where something like that has happened. Sorry, Mike. You're going to get 4 baseball questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Can you turn down your radio, Mike?
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll get a little feedback there. All right. People don't want to hear me once, let alone twice.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yep, you're good. All right, Mike, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, last Monday night, Blake Snell became the first pitcher to face the minimum through 8 innings in a postseason game since Don Larson threw a perfect game in the 1956 World Series. Name the team that was stymied by Larson's Yankees in that Fall Classic.
Could I get those options, please?
Sure. The Brooklyn Dodgers, the St. Louis Cardinals, or the Milwaukee Braves?
I'm going to go with the Braves. Final answer, please.
All right.
Question number 2. The Brewers recently reached the NLCS for the first time since 2018. Who led that squad with 36 ding-dong Johnsons?
Like I said, I'm not a baseball guy. Options, please.
Was it Ryan Braun, Jesus Aguilar, or Christian Yelich?
You know, Yelich sounds familiar, so I'm going to go with Yelich. Safe bet.
Final answer?
Final answer, yes, sir.
Question number 3. At age 37, Aroldis Chapman just finished his year with a 1.17 ERA, a .70 whip, and 32 saves. Can you tell us for how many different clubs the lefty has pitched in his career? How many teams has he played on?
That's a lot of numbers, but I'm going to go with the options.
Options are 5, 6, 7.
6, 7. I'll go with 6. Final answer.
All right, final question. Identify the longest tenured member of the Seattle Mariners. Identify the longest tenured member of the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, it's that one guy in the options.
All right. Cal Raleigh, J.P. Crawford, or Mitch Garver?
Cal Raleigh. Final answer.
All right, let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Michael, how you feeling?
All right, just got off work. Just parked the car in front of the house.
There you go. Let's head in here in about 5 or so minutes. Jamie's back from the Cone of Silence. He's got a little strut to him. Jamie, how was it?
Really boring. Quiet. Yeah, uneventful, some would say.
All right. Well, Jamie, your category today is baseball.
Oh, I love baseball, guys. You know that.
Baseball been very, very good.
Pack a lunch.
Okay, great.
Question 1.
Yep.
Last Monday night, Blake Snell became the first pitcher to face the minimum through 8 innings in a postseason game since Don Larson threw a perfect game in the 1956 World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Name the team that was stymied by Larson's Yankees in that fall classic.
1956. Oddly enough, I was talking to somebody at the gym today about that game. We'll speed it up, though. Let's get the options.
Sure. The Brooklyn Dodgers, the St. Louis Cardinals, or the Milwaukee Braves.
I'll go with the Milwaukee Braves. Final answer.
Question number 2. The Brewers recently reached the NLCS for the first time since 2018. Who led that squad with 36 Ding-Dong Johnsons?
In what year?
2018.
That'd be Yelich. Yeah, Christian Yelich. Final answer.
Question number 3. At age 37, Aroldis Chapman just finished his year with a 1.17 ERA, a .70 whip, and 32 saves. Can you tell us for how many different clubs the lefty has pitched in his career? How many teams has he played for?
Options, please.
5, 6, 7?
7. Final answer. He's been bopped around.
Final question. Identify the longest tenured member of the Seattle Mariners.
I actually heard them talking about this on the broadcast the other night. J.P. Crawford. Final answer.
All right, let's go over these. Michael versus Jamie. Last Monday night, Blake Snell became the first pitcher to face the minimum through 8 innings in a postseason game since Don Larson threw a perfect game in the 1956 World Series. Name the team that was stymied by Larson's Yankees in that fall classic. You both took the options. You both went with the Milwaukee Braves.
Oh.
Correct answer is...
The Brooklyn Dodgers.
Brooklyn Dodgers, 0-0.
So much for that one.
The Brewers recently reached the NLCS for the first time since 2018. Who led that squad with 36 Ding-Dong Johnsons? You both said Christian Yelich. Correct answer is...
It is Christian Yelich.
But Jamie did not need the options. Jamie's up 2-1. At age 37, Aroldis Chapman just finished his year with a 1.17 ERA, a 0.70 whip, and 32 saves. Can you tell us for how many different clubs has the lefty pitched for in his career? Michael said 6. Jamie said 7. Correct answer is
6, 7. 7's the answer.
7. Reds, Yankees, Cubs, Royals, Rangers, Pirates, and the Red Sox. Finally, identify the longest tenured member of the Seattle Mariners. Jamie said J.P. Crawford. Michael said Cal Raleigh. Correct answer is...
It is the guy that Jamie needed 2 home runs from in that Game 5, that pivotal Game 5. J.P. Crawford.
Michael.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
Sorry, Michael. I know you didn't want baseball. The wheel god said screw you. And Jamie also said that. He won 5-1 today. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, it's all right. I'm just throwing my hands up in 6-7 motion.
There you go.
Give a big shout out.
Nice. Yeah, of course. Go ahead,
buddy.
So I want to give a huge shout out to actually my town story. So a couple of years ago, I took my grandma to get my sound story interview with Randy Carricker, and she sadly passed away early August. But the family loves the gifts. I actually took her in to the interview, had an amazing experience. The interview was an amazing experience and something I'm definitely going to hold on to forever. So shout out to my sound story, and for anyone that's listening, definitely get that done for your family, because it's 100% worth it.
That's awesome. Well, yeah,
That's
well
awesome,
said.
man.
So sorry for your loss.
Sorry to hear about your loss, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good. It's life. But yeah, definitely huge shout out, because that's a gift forever, and I love it.
That's a Tim McKernan birth child there. Yeah, that's a great idea. Michael, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out, too.
God bless you guys. Be safe.
Same to you, Michael. Thank you. Good stuff there. I'm surprised. Now I know why I didn't choose Marsh, because Michael's a really good guy. Good human being.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I would have felt terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't ever say that.
No, this, other ones, I actually would have felt bad.
I just beat him.
Well, you should feel terrible.
You should feel terrible.
I don't. Michael doesn't want me to feel bad.
That's true. He's a competitor.
Yeah, he knows.
All right, Jim Montgomery is going to join us at the bottom of the hour, so 4:30. Let's get an early look at the Mizzou Vanderbilt game next on 101 ESPN. Mosby Building Arts is fantastic. They got a great deal going on, too. They got the Out of This World sales event. You can get a bathroom, a complete remodel, create a spa-like retreat, boost your home's value and your daily comfort, remodel it. You can save on fixtures, add storage, basically style it how you want to, and it all starts at just $279 a month during their current sale. They've also got a basement remodel that starts at $599 a month, but anything that you choose, whether it's a bathroom, basement, front door, gutters, you need to call or visit callmosby.com by October 31st to take advantage of the great savings that they have right now. But beyond the savings, Mosby Building Arts, they're incredible. They do a great job of making sure that they come in, and if you're doing a bathroom, let's just stick with bathrooms, they make sure that they fit the style that you want. They don't just say, hey, we only do it one way, or we're going to try to steer you to certain products. No, it's your bathroom. You need to, not only you're paying for it, but you want to make sure that you have the comfort and the boost of the home value and have it done right. And Mosby they do it right because they've got everybody in-house, whether it's plumbing, electricians, architects, their stylists, everybody's all under one roof to make sure that your project starts on time, it goes smoothly, and there's no interruptions like if you go with the wrong guys. So call Mosby.com, tell them Stalter sent you, Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Well, as we looked up, I think he was just on the Paul Feinbaum show. It was Eli Drinkwitz, head coach of your Missouri Tigers.
MIZ.
ZOU.
Let's go, baby.
All right, so Missouri and Vanderbilt this weekend. This is, I don't know how you guys feel. I can't wait for this matchup, which is so weird to say because it's Vanderbilt.
Oh,
but over the last couple of years, the Vanderbilt Commodores have turned around their program. So nice job to the Vandy Commodores. When you're looking at this matchup, boys, what do you think is the number one key for Mizzou finding success?
Stopping Diego Pavia. I mean, it boils down to Are you able to tackle? Are you able to block well enough? And are you able to make him uncomfortable both when he's running the football and when he's passing the ball? He's an outstanding football player that has done, a lot of things, a lot of really good things, and one of them has kind of been transitioning this Vanderbilt program into a really good program that is a top 10 team in the country. If you can get to him, last week I was laughing. I told you when they played, was it LSU? He struck the Heisman pose in the end zone. Like, I'm thinking to myself, the swagger that this young man has, the ability that he has, and the way that he leads this team. He's the one that gets this team going, right? He's the one that's going to be able to do all of the things that offense needs. He's their leading passer and their leading rusher. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to get to him and tackle him and get him on the ground and make life uncomfortable for him. And if you can do that, you got a chance to win, because he's the straw that stirs the drink for them. And if he's not able to get going, I don't think Vanderbilt has much else going, but he's the one you're going to have to make life a living hell for him on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, so I got two things. One, can you create explosive plays in the passing game? Because you weren't able to do that until it was too late against Alabama. And I do think that is one of Missouri's Achilles heel. When it comes to explosive running plays, Mizzou is one of the best in the nation thanks to Ahmad Hardy. But when it comes to their explosive passing rate, they're 86 in the nation right now. They've only got five pass plays of 30 or more yards, but the more accurate stat would probably be 20. So 20 yards or more, 19. 19 on the season. That puts them 86. If you're looking for a comparison, the number one team in the nation, believe it or not, there's three. Ole Miss, USC, and one of these don't belong, Duke.
Duke, yeah.
Duke does belong. We played them. Mensa's a good quarterback.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I just think they stink. USC, Ole Miss, and Duke. Those are the three teams that rank tied for first in explosive plays 20 yards or more through the air. They have 37 on the season. You have 19. So that's a pretty big drop-off. The other thing is turnovers. Vanderbilt's +2. They're either +2 or +4 on the year, and I think Mizzou is -2. Turnovers have been a big problem for this offense. I think the defense is actually doing a good enough job of making sure they're generating turnovers. But if Vanderbilt starts taking the ball away and they've got those explosive plays, you're cooked. I actually think they can do a good job against Diego Pavia. I love Zion Young, whether it's Young and some of these other front seven pieces for Mizzou. I think they can contain Diego Pavia, but he's also going to make plays. That's just who he is. But if you don't push the ball downfield vertically, and if you turn the ball over and obviously lose the turnover margin, you're not going to win this game. You're going to drop your second one of the year, and then you're in big time trouble when it comes to the playoffs.
I also think that Ahmad Hardy has got to have a little bit of a bounce back. I know Auburn has a good defense and they play the rush really well, but he only had 58 yards and 24 carries. He's a huge part of this offense. I mean, just a huge part. He's got to get back on track. I don't know what the Vanderbilt run defense is like. I'm not going to pretend. I'll defer to you guys every day of the week on that one. But for me, every time the Mizzou Tigers have had good games or they've rolled is when that guy's getting yardage.
Mm-hmm. So Vanderbilt defensively against the run, they have allowed, and I'll just stick with the explosive stuff here, they've only allowed 23 runs of 10 or more yards, 7 20 or more.
So to me, that's the big key to the game. Because when Mizzou has Hardy rushing the way he can, that opens up a lot of things offensively because that team now has to respect the run.
Sure.
And if they don't, you run all over you. But if Vanderbilt's good with the run and then you get your hands full with Pavia, it's going to be a tough matchup, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
And that has become a pretty good environment too, CD.
It has. And I think, like I said, it's interesting to just see how I don't want to put it on one player because Diego Pavia is one of those players. I'm sure there are multiple players, but he's the one that has kind of, again, shifted how people look at that program over the last couple of years. You beat the number one team in the country last year when Alabama walks in there, and you come into this season with great and high expectations and are living up to them up to this point. So, I think this is going to be a tough challenge for Mizzou right now. Vanderbilt is allowing 92 yards per game. They're 5th or 6th in the SEC. So it's not like they got good players all over the field. So I'm excited to see how this Mizzou team fares against this team of Vanderbilt because I think it's going to be a good matchup.
If Mizzou by chance loses this game, do you think their playoff hopes are done?
I don't know if it's done because you have Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and
Arkansas. Those are the bigger games.
Yeah. Is there anybody else? So, and Mississippi State's going to be a bigger problem than I originally thought, but you should win that game. So you've got Texas A&M, and you've got Oklahoma.
Yep.
So your wins would have been those two, and your 2-loss SEC teams.
Well, you're assuming they win those ones, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wonder if a loss to number 10 Vanderbilt affects them.
It definitely affects them.
If you beat
2 losses, you know?
If you have 2 losses and beat an A&M team and Oklahoma, you're in the college football playoff. As long as you don't drop another game.
Right.
Like A&M is one of the best teams in the nation.
Yeah. And they got to go to LSU this weekend.
In all honesty, they need to win this game, and then the margin for error, more than likely they'll probably lose to A&M. That's it. That's all you have to beat Oklahoma then. But you have to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you might be
losses. 2 losses, I think you're fine. 3 losses, it's a wrap.
2 losses, I think you can possibly find your way. I don't think you're fine. I think you could find your way, possibly.
Well, yes, it depends on what happens in front of you.
Yeah.
Like you still got a lot of teams that will be in front of you at that point. But if you're able to beat Texas A&M, say if you lose to Vandy at Vandy this week, but you go back home and you beat Texas A&M, you're right in the thick of it, in my opinion.
Well, I think we'd all agree if you lose this game, you got to win out.
No question.
Yeah, I agree.
That is at the least.
But if you're a 2-loss Mizzou team and your losses are to Alabama and A&M,
you better not lose by 50.
Well, no, I mean and you play them close. You play them close.
Better not lose by 50. You know. Something about losing by 50 does something.
The problem is you don't have enough wins.
Top 2 teams in the country.
You keep focusing on these losses. What are your wins? It's USC.
You got 11 wins when it's all said and done. But
Duke doesn't count.
Duke is the top 3 team in passing.
Stop it.
Just what you just said.
Stop
and
it.
USC, who we beat. I'm just saying. You're making my case for me. You feel me?
All right. I don't feel you, and I don't think I am.
Yeah, you are.
All right. We got to get to Jim Montgomery. We'll talk to the Blues head coach next on 101 ESPN. Our guy Carey Davis was in the office earlier, and he had a question. He was actually asking Jamie it, but he was asking about Stewie and whether or not Stewie did something when it comes to a refi. And if Jamie didn't answer it, I certainly would. Yes. There's nothing that Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Company can't do when it comes to home loans, refis, debt consolidation. He saves you money up front. He's got the bagel loan, which means no closing costs, no lender fees. It's not a situation either where he bakes in those things, so you're paying elsewhere, like it's some of these plane companies do, right? Some of these companies are like, hey, yeah, your bags fly for free. Not really. You're going to find those fees someplace else. Stewie does a great job of making sure that you actually save the money up front. You can put that to a down payment. You can do that. You know, you can buy something else when it comes to your home. Maybe you remodel the bathroom. Use that money how you want to do it. But the bottom line is call Stewie or text him. He hands out his personal cell phone number because he doesn't mind if you call or text. Doesn't matter. 314-324-4440. Again, that number is 314-324-4440. Tell him Jamie and Anthony either was talking about him 101 ESPN or they told you to call. Stewie loves hearing that, and he's going to help you out. Whether it's a refi, home loan, debt consolidation, give Stewie a chance. He's going to blow you away. Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. If you miss that number, you can always Google the bagel loan.
NMLS number 226715.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues fell to the Los Angeles Kings last night in overtime, and we are going to be joined by Blues head coach Jim Montgomery next to go over last night's game and much more as it pertains to your St. Louis Blues. So stay tuned. That's coming your way next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Puck with the head coach of your St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery. Coach Monty is presented by Fisher Window and Doors Store, offering quality American-made Marvin windows and doors. Visit their showrooms in Brentwood and East Alton, Illinois.
With Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. For the first time this season, we've got our guy, Jim Montgomery, head coach of the St. Louis Blues. And Monty, we appreciate you joining us. Looking forward to these each and every week here in the Fast Lane.
Well, gentlemen, it's great to be back.
Monty, your team gets a point last night, but I can't lie to you, bud. The narrative coming out of the media and whatnot, obviously you weren't 100% thrilled with the 60-minute effort from your team. Just for our listeners who maybe haven't seen any of this stuff on social media or read it yet, just your thoughts about your team last night and, squeaking out a point.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the third period, I like the way we played in the third. We played with more desperation. And we were able to get a point. But being outplayed for 3 out of 4 games at home, not starting on time for 3 games, we need to have more of that desperation right from the beginning. And I think our fans deserve it. Our city thrives on that kind of work ethic. And that's something that we're going to move towards all together to make sure that we're a little more consistent in giving our city the work ethic it deserves.
Coach is somebody that certainly enjoys hockey, but doesn't have the eye for it like you and Jamie does. When it comes to watching last night, I felt like the Kings had the puck a lot in the first period, and then when you talk about having these slow starts, I agree. But how do you generate a faster start? Like, where does that come from?
Well, it comes from having consistent habits and understanding what we're going to do in every situation, in every zone, with and without the puck. And early in the season, it's common that teams aren't fluid like they will be, 25 games in, and especially at post-Christmas time. But at still point, right now, we got to demand from each other that we try and get there as quick as possible because that's what the best teams in the league do.
Coach, you talked about the slow start, but Jordan Binnington played lights out last night. What did you see from his performance, and how much do you enjoy seeing him put on a performance like that last night?
No, he's just you really just appreciate him. How he competes in the net. Like his competitive levels are second to none with how he just goes and he competes and he's always on top of pucks and he does it in a real cool, calm, and collective way, which really gives a lot of confidence to our team.
Coach, how difficult is it at times to? Look, Doug is on record saying the whatever is over, that, he anticipates this team being a playoff contender for years to come. But at the same time, you have a lot of young players that are still learning on the job. You have players that have been in the league for 1 or 2 years that are still developing at the same time. What kind of challenges lie in that as a coaching staff to develop these young players and stay as a playoff competitive team?
Yeah, well, I mean, every league, salary cap has made the league like that you have a lot more younger players that are coming in the league and having tremendous success, and they still, are going to have their bumps and bruises because it's the best league in the world. And you got to remain patient as a coach and continue to develop and teach and communicate with these young players so they develop their confidence to be every night players that manage the game well and become productive players that help you win every night.
Coach, one of those young players that we've talked about is Logan Mailloux. He didn't play the last couple of games. What do you need to see from him to get him out on the ice and get the best and the most performance out of him?
Well, I think we just need to see him move his feet. He's a tremendously gifted young man with a great shot. He can really skate. He's 6'2.5", 215. So he's a big body that can really play the game. He just needs to play aggressive, and the rest will flow from there.
Coach, and we are talking to Coach Jim Montgomery here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Coach, what's your philosophy when it comes to having young players? You know they need the reps, but if they're not comfortable, you're not going to put them on the ice. What's your philosophy when it comes to developing young players, whether it's Mayu or Snuggerud or any of the young guys that you have, while also trying to win games?
Yeah, well, the philosophy is the young players, like, when you saw, like, Snuggerud's a great example. He came in here, played great, and he was playing 16 minutes a night in the playoffs, not let alone the regular season. And it's up to players to earn their minutes. They earn their minutes through execution and effort. And it does, like, you look at a guy like Matthew Joseph is playing more minutes this year than he did last year because he's earning it with his work ethic and his effort and execution. And there's going to be times when young players, because it's a hard league, you're doing different time zones and you're traveling and you're coming back home and you're playing every second night. There's going to be games where they're off. And as a coach, when they're off, your job is to recognize it and pull back minutes. And if they're usually playing 15 minutes, maybe they play 12 and a half minutes that night.
Now, Coach, me being the hockey aficionado in the room, I teach Jamie every day about hockey. I've been telling these guys it's only 6 games. How do you get the guys to keep their composure and realize, yes, we need to play better, but it's also only 6 games into the season? What is the mindset and what is the talk about when you're having those conversations with the team?
Well, you just got to have conversations where you're frank and honest with them about how we're playing. So far we've had 3 good games and we've had 3 poor games. And that kind of consistency is not going to allow you to have success in this league. You can't, be good half your games. You got to be good in 90% of your games, and it's still hard to make the playoffs. Now, it is the beginning of the year, and we recognize that, and we talk about it, and every team's going through trying to find the rhythm. But we got to find our rhythm as quickly as we can, or else you fall behind.
Coach, a lot being made so far of just, whether it's a slow start or inconsistent start or just snake bitten right now. But Pavel Buchnevich, no goals on the year. Robert Thomas just won. Like some of your top point producers, a little slow out of the starting blocks. As a coaching staff, how do you approach that, and how do you help them get back on track?
Well, with some players, you might show them a lot of their goals from the previous season or seasons, the areas they went to, how they were releasing the pucks to get them in a positive frame of mind. And a lot of other times you just talk to them about, the scoring chances they're getting. And if they're getting the scoring chances, that sooner or later, their shooting percentage in their career is 12%. Right now it's at 6%. And that the law of averages, it's going to work out.
Coach, you guys get back on the ice tomorrow against the Mammoth. I'm sure there's a lot of things that you want to see, but if you were to highlight one thing that you wanted to see from your squad, what is it?
I want to see a real inspired effort where 5 guys are playing together. And wherever the puck is and you're watching on TV, you see 5 guys in that picture.
Coach, you got couple of guys on the mend right now. Oscar Sundqvist, Torpchenko, those guys have been on the ice. Looks like Sonny was wearing a full contact jersey. Any roster changes for the game tomorrow night?
Well, I think if Sonny responds well after today's practice, which is a good, crisp practice, and he's having no issues with what's put him out for a couple of weeks, I expect him to be in the lineup tomorrow night. Torpchenko's a different matter. He's getting closer, but he's just begun his steps towards being a player again.
Coach, we love having you on. We'll check back with you again next week. Go get him tomorrow night.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
That's Coach Jim Montgomery here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Anything stand out to you guys? I mean, kind of the same message that he shared with the media last night after the game.
Just gotta, again, I go back to you got to get more from your top guys. And he referenced just Matthew Joseph that's working really hard, which we compliment that. We like to recognize that, but he doesn't have the God-given ability to put 30 or 40 goals up each season. So if that's someone you're highlighting right now, which again is positive for the player. But for the team, I'd rather him be talking about how many goals and points and scoring situations that Thomas, Booch, and Holloway are creating out there.
What or where is your frustration level with the Blues right now? Scale 1 to 10. 1 being, man, it's only 6 games. Go fast lane yourself. Or a 10, where it's like, man, this Blues team needs to tear it all down. Right fast lane now. Leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Star and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Marsh is compiling those mic drops, and we will do those at some point. We had the conversation about, and by the way, Joe Vitale is going to join us about 20 minutes. We had the conversation a couple of segments ago about Vandy and Mizzou, that like preview, and how I'm looking forward to an actual Vanderbilt game, right? Like Mizzou and Vanderbilt.
I know.
Are Indiana and Vandy proving that any Power 4 program can win in this climate in college football? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Circus Sports making its way to the state of Missouri. Not here yet, but they will be soon. December 1st is a projected time for Circus Sports to be available here in Missouri. However, in the meantime, Circus Sports Illinois, the app is available. The world's largest sports book in the palm of your hands. They got great lines on futures, bets, tight money line splits, the best odds of any app that is out there. If you're looking at the NHL tonight, like I am, I like the Red Wings at the Sabres on the money line. Red Wings, minus 105. Like that, Colton Ellis will be playing his first game for the Buffalo Sabres, so he's either going to be great or maybe a tough night for him. I like the Red Wings on that one. But yes, a lot of games like that available right now. NBA stuff is available over there at Circus Sports. Let's not forget they have the best odds of any app that's out there. That means bigger payouts. Super user-friendly. So please don't miss out on any of the action. You download that app. You bet like a pro with Circus Sports Illinois app today. And don't miss out on any of the excitement. That is Circus Sports. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So I was thinking about this, guys. Indiana and Vanderbilt, two teams that in their respective conferences have some of the worst records. In fact, I think Vanderbilt is the losingest program in the SEC based on win-loss record, and I believe Indiana is as well, despite their recent success. And yet Indiana is on its way to becoming a two-time playoff appearance program. Yep. And Vanderbilt, depending on how things go Saturday against Mizzou, and obviously for the rest of the season, Vanderbilt might be heading to the playoffs as well. In this current climate in college football, current NIL deals and all that, are Indiana and Vanderbilt proving that any Power 4 program can win?
Well, I think with the way the transfer portal is working and NIL money, that I think gone are the days of just certain programs dominating everybody's face. Mm-hmm. I think we've seen that in the last 2 to 3 years, this year and last year in particular, to where there's more teams that are jumping onto the radar with good football programs. We see every Saturday there's an upset of some kind. You know, like the couple of teams, 3 teams that are still undefeated at the top there. BYU undefeated at 11. But for the most part, like Alabama has a loss. Georgia has a loss. Oregon has a loss. Ole Miss has a loss. And they've played each other, too. There's been some massive, like I would call them heavyweight title bouts between a couple of schools. And those are awesome. And seeing Indiana, seeing Vanderbilt, seeing some of the smaller colleges that are now, throwing some money around and getting some players. Yeah, I think gone are the days of just like beating up on all these guys like that. I think any program now that's worth, like not any program, but a lot of programs now have the ability to win football games.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about right now, right? Like Rutgers, Rutgers is terrible, right?
What did Rutgers do to you?
Can Rutgers?
They don't do much.
Can Rutgers can Rutgers build up? I certainly think it's a lot easier now than it was before. I mean, again, Indiana in football is the number 2 team in the nation.
Yep.
Same year as Vanderbilt being a, top 15 team? Top 10 team?
Top 10 right now.
That's unbelievable. And I think we're all better for it as college football fans, especially those that, aren't a fan of only Alabama or Ohio State or Georgia. It's a lot more fun.
I think what Jamie said makes, it has changed the landscape of football because you have people that can move and get paid. And the teams, in my opinion, there's more parity, right? You don't have, no longer gone are the days of the 4 or 5 star third string player at Alabama that is just going to sit and wait his opportunity because he knows playing under Nick Saban at some point, all I need is 1 year and I'll be starting in the NFL the following year. He's like, nah, the hell with that. I can go to Georgia. I can go to Texas. I can go to Texas A&M and I can make $2 or $3 million while doing it and still play games and have an opportunity to make it to the NFL. So I think the transfer portal and the NIL money has been the leading cause of why you have Indiana. Indiana got Fernando Mendoza from California last year. He was the quarterback at Cal. He goes to Indiana, and now you're like, this kid might be a first-round draft pick. When he was at Cal last year, nobody was saying that. The talent around him changed. They needed a quarterback. They got one, and they were able to have the success that they're having. Diego Pavia, same thing. He's a guy that transferred in. So you have, all these moving parts for these players that are able to have the success that they're having. John Mateer at Oklahoma, a transfer as well. Like, you get these players to come
Diego
in.
Pavia.
Yep, I said him. Yep.
Did you?
I did.
He did.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
I heard Mendoza. I was waiting for you to say Diego Pavia.
I said him as well. But no, you get these guys that transfer in, and it changes the landscape of your program. And not just that player. Like, you get other players that transfer in and help that starting quarterback because the left tackle is upgraded, because the running game is upgraded, because you got a dynamic receiver that can go catch the ball for you, and the defense is better. So, in some instances, it has made college football better because now players don't have to sit behind talented players and wait their turn. They can be talented and go elsewhere and have the success that they need to have. Yeah. And again, it's proven in those schools like Indiana, which, as you said, normally a basketball school, they're the number 2 team in the country.
Yep.
And who the hell would have thought that? And they do have some guys that could play at other schools. People are like, hey, those get no. It's a different landscape. And I joke with my friends. You know, we used to joke with a lot of the guys from the southern schools, right? Yeah, you come to the NFL, you're taking a pay cut because some of them guys ain't getting paid. We not all of us, not everybody, but some people were getting paid. But now everybody can get paid. So it's amazing how football has shifted when the money is out on top of the table instead of under the table, and people are actually seeing, hey, you can make $100,000, you can make $500,000, you can make $1.2 million, and it's all legal and above board, and come play for us. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, sure. It's the best bidder, the highest suitor. Some of these players are doing that, and the teams are better because of it. So I'm all for it. I'm happy that these guys, that it is this much parity. As we said, this is probably the 1 year in the last 10, 12, 15 years that I don't know who's going to win the national championship. I have no clue.
Yeah.
And you could give me 8 to 10 teams and be like, okay, cool.
Is it still? So I was thinking about this as well. Is it still fair to say though that Ohio State is clearly the best team in the nation? Because nobody's really challenged them.
They haven't.
Sorry,
I think,
CD. I guess Texas gave them the best.
We gave them a little bit.
You were on the field.
Yeah, we were there. Listen, they went into that game and only kicked 4 field goals. To that point, we made them kick 2. You know, we were in that damn game. We turned the ball over too many times. Don't worry.
What game were you in?
The Ohio State game.
Oh, I thought you
turned the ball over too
Indiana. I
many
was
times.
like, once the national anthem was over, you guys.
Jamie, we were in it to halftime. It was a shot. He I know who he is. I get it. It's okay.
Hey, Carey, you were in that game after the first quarter.
Hey, or I wasn't in the game at all. I was up in the booth watching.
You know what I mean? It's Illinois.
Yeah.
Damn,
but no,
man.
I think Ohio State, in my opinion, they have a talented roster. They have they have the best, in my opinion, the best offensive player in the country and the best defensive player in the country. I think both of those guys are definitely first round picks when their time to be drafted comes up, and top 5 picks more than likely, because that's how talented those two players, Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith, the receiver, and Caleb Downs, the defensive back. So I do believe that Ohio State still has some of the most talent on the football field, but it is not as glaring as it has been in years past.
The thing about Ohio State, though, is they will not get tested until the big game.
Michigan.
The rest of the way, their schedule is a cakewalk. Penn State, that game looks completely different now. They got Purdue, which is barely a program. They got UCLA. UCLA now, the upstart Bruins.
Be careful with UCLA.
Rutgers, barely a program. And then they're at Michigan to end the year. So they're really not going to get tested until that Michigan game. Slightly tested by UCLA, the hottest team in the nation right now.
They are playing well.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I mean, the way that they're playing, they had a 14-7 win over Texas. They won 70-0 against Grambling, 37-9 against Ohio, 24-6 at Washington, in a game where some people thought Washington would give them a game.
That was actually a game until around the third quarter.
Yeah, Washington was down by 4 at half.
They were hanging around pretty much the entire game against Ohio State, and it kind of separated towards the end, towards the late third quarter, fourth quarter.
You're pumping up Washington right now.
I think Washington is a really good team. I think Washington is a top 25 team in the country. It's my opinion.
Now, who's Illinois got this weekend?
Hey, Washington.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Joe Vitale is going to join us at 5:15.
It's sick.
All roads, man.
Sick.
All roads. Look at my damn shirt.
You're sick.
All roads lead back to Illinois football.
You're sick.
If you don't know that by now, I don't know where the hell you been. Huh?
A lot of those roads.
2 losses against the top 2 teams in the country, man.
Yep.
Big wins against
USC.
Yeah, that's
soon to be Washington. And Duke is a pretty good team. You can put some respect on Duke's name.
They are a good basketball program.
They are a very good basketball program.
Hell of a basketball program.
Yeah.
But you know who else is too? Or they used to be kind
Kansas.
of Indiana, yeah.
Kansas.
Kansas. Yep.
Kansas.
Big game.
Yep.
Yeah. Huge game. Huge game.
What's a big rivalry?
It's a huge game.
All right, where's your frustration level with the Blues right now? We got your Skyly Heating Company mic drops. We'll play them next on 101 ESPN. Nothing better than when you spend, you get money back, but when you also spend your purchases, they go to a great cause. That's what happens when you go with the Cardinal Glennon card. It unlocks 20% off at more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. But here's the best part. When you shop with the Cardinal Glennon card, your savings reach far beyond the checkout counter. Every dollar from your card purchases that go directly to support the courageous patients and loving families at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. And if you're a parent or no parents that have ever spent any amount of time at a children's hospital, you know that those families are under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and they sometimes are dealing with heartache. So when it comes to this Cardinal Glennon card presented by Edward Jones, treat yourself, but support your community. Help bring healing and hope to children who need it most. And you can do so by visiting GlennonCard.org. Again, GlennonCard.org to see all participating businesses and get your card today. You can save now, give big, feel good. Get that Glennon card presented by Edward Jones. And it goes from October 17th, which now passes, through the 26th. Make sure you hop on that Glennon card. GlennonCard.org is where you can find out more. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Super Bowl champion Carey Davis, with former NHL defenseman Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's hear your Scott Lee Heating Company mic drops. Where's your frustration level with the Blues right now? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not concerned at all, 10 being let's tear this puppy to the ground. Let's hear from James first.
Hey, guys. In terms of my frustration level with the St. Louis Blues, it's kind of like on a game-by-game basis. Like, as a whole, Anthony.
Oh, damn, James.
Not really worried about
Come on, man.
As a season, you're 6 games in. There's still going to be some kinks to work out.
Hurt my feelings.
It's the individual things you see during a game that are frustrating. Pavel Buchnevich not really creating anything. Robert Thomas struggling, not necessarily making a good pass or making the pass that should be made. Dylan Holloway not being able to score. Right now, frustration-wise, it's really up front defensively. I think they're playing well. Goaltending is unbelievable with the exception of the Chicago game. We can throw that one out. I think Bennington, without him, you don't get a point last night. So my frustration is really on a game-by-game basis, not as the season in its entirety. Thanks, boys.
Oh, thanks, James.
Thank you, James.
You're still my guy.
Is that Sweet Voice, James?
Yes.
Of course. He
sounds like
voice.
Sounds a little bit like The Rock.
He is The Rock.
You don't hear the cadence? You got to listen to it.
No, I don't.
Whatever, man. Whatever, man.
Why are you mad at me?
Because I don't, all day long.
You've had an attitude.
Sorry, I don't agree with you, Carey.
And that's where the problem starts.
Well,
Yeah, we're a team.
You've just had a poor attitude.
Yeah, we're a team.
Don't talk about Carey like that.
See, you're the only one who didn't do it.
I think if we're all being honest, if we are frustrated, we sound like James.
Yeah,
because James admitted he's going game by game. And to Jamie's point, one of his only good ones today, he talked about how
At least I've got one.
I'm sorry. Hurt people.
Yeah, that's fine. He must be really hurt then.
To Jamie's point, the Dallas game also counts, and that game was, only 5 days ago, and they look pretty damn good. So I think James is speaking for most of us. We're going game by game. Last night didn't look good. We don't feel good. We hate life. But tomorrow, if they beat the Mammoth, we'll feel good about life.
That's a hell of a way to live, man.
Yeah.
Man,
it's called joining the roller coaster, riding the roller coaster.
I told you all, I don't ride
loves roller coasters.
I hate those.
You don't just jump on a team that you know is going to win all the time.
Yeah, you do, because you stay up high. You don't go down. Duh. That ain't no damn roller coaster. That's taking the high road. You feel me?
You knew it
you're
as
high,
soon as
all
you
right.
said it. You had to know it.
Yeah. All right, let's hear from John next.
Hello, guys. Hope you're having a good afternoon.
Well, thank you, John. You too.
My evaluation of the Blues so far this year is about a 5. Based on, it's very uninspiring. Watching the game last night, it was just a boring game to watch. They just didn't seem into it the first couple periods. I was at the game against the Blackhawks, and that was just mistake after mistake after mistake. So at this point, I'm giving them a 5. Not worried about them, not high on them, just kind of blah. Exactly how their plays have been this year so far. Thanks.
John?
What's crazy is that we got the Paul Feinbaum show on one of our TV screens here, and he's talking to somebody, John from St. Louis.
Maybe the same John.
Probably.
Two shows.
After John left us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop, he called Paul Feinbaum. Talk about his Mizzou Tigers.
John said he's been to 2 games this year, the Blackhawks and last night. John?
Oh, no.
John?
Oh, wow.
Johnny?
John's the problem.
John? I didn't say that. But I need
what you're alluding to.
I need you to go to a game where, a win. We gotta turn this thing around, John. Not saying it's your fault, because you didn't play a minute on ice. I'm just saying, man.
He didn't say he went to the game last night. He said he was watching the game.
I thought he said he went to the game. He said he went.
Okay.
He said I was at the game.
He said I was at the game last night.
Watching the game last night.
Yeah, he said he went to the Blackhawks game. You guys got to listen, Diego Pavia.
I don't know. I think if we play it again, I think
John said he was at the game last night.
He said it.
Play it again.
I think he said it.
Based on, it's very uninspiring. Watching the game last night, it was just a boring game to watch.
No, he said nope.
He said watching the game.
Watching the game
last night. I certainly wasn't there.
I was on TV last night.
John, were you at the game last night?
No, he was at the Blackhawks game. He was watching
Damn it, John.
from his couch.
Text us and
the
let
game
us know.
last night.
You don't know that.
You got to listen, guys.
I feel like he would have said, "Hey guys, I went to the game last night."
Pretty sure he did.
And Carey's trying to blame him for the 2 losses.
That's crazy.
It's only one. John's only crazy. It's only 1 loss for John. All right.
Marshy, were you at any games
We're
yet?
going to blame him for what?
Have I been to any games yet? No,
You did?
No,
You had the
I did.
off-season opener.
I went to the opener, yeah.
And they lost that one.
They did lose.
There's a combination of factors.
And you know what? I went to the Vikings
you were at
game
the
on
Vikings
Sunday.
game.
They lost too.
When was the last time your team won when you were in attendance, Marsh?
Surprisingly, it was the Cardinals against the Giants when Jordan Walker had a game-winning hit. That was the last.
So that was just a fluke.
That game too.
Oh, come on, Anthony.
That was rude.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
a Jordan Walker game-winning hit?
Dude,
yeah, that was the last time
that happened this year.
I think I was at that game as well.
Oh, so Carey's Dodgers vibe got canceled out. Your
blue Dodger
Anthony,
dust.
you need me to show up to any of those rivals in the flag football league that you're in? You need me to go watch their games?
Dude, yes. Got a couple of teams for you. We got the playoffs in a couple of weeks. Need you to sprinkle your magic on them. All right, let's hear from Martin. I'm assuming this is Martin Kilcoyne.
Maybe.
The Blues are doing just fine. If we are looking at them like we looked at them last year as far as a retooling, this is okay. Ideally, we would obviously want better as fans, but when you look at the additions and the upcoming youth that are going to be flowing through, I think in the next 3 years we are going to see consistent playoff hockey. So let's not get all worked up. Let's be happy about Snuggie and Jugstad and all our new players coming up in the pipeline.
All right, there you go. Very positive from Martin Kilcoyne. That's good.
Yeah, in 3 years.
The
Cardinals might be good by that time.
You gotta
take your time, man.
Be careful with that one.
All right, let's hear
maybe 4.
So we got our last Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop. This is Jonathan. I'm assuming quick.
My frustration level is a 1. I mean, it's only been 6 fast lane games. But I figured out how to get this thing back on track. Jamie needs to make the sacrifice and go back to letting Monty slap his backside before each game starts. So, yeah. Go Blues.
It's not a bad idea. Something else needs to happen, though, I think, for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably have to work every game for that to happen.
Yep. That's kind of the key there, I think. Yeah.
John texted in and said that he was not at the game. He watched it from home last night. So, John, we apologize. And he said that was not him talking to Paul.
We.
No.
We a damn team. Are we not a team? What the hell are we? Oh, so now it's we and me?
What are French?
I had my guy.
Check the tape. I had my guy,
right.
Carey.
That's cool. You guys remember that?
All right, so the Blues, they get it on tomorrow night against the Mammoth. I expect a dub tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to take the Blues on in bet the board tomorrow.
Mammoth playing good hockey.
I don't care.
Ever
don't
since
care.
Tusky arrived.
Hey,
I've been playing good hockey since Tusky arrived.
I got 2 things for you. 1, I don't care. 2, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that.
That's fun. That's weird. Doing his own thing.
Would you like to share with the class, Carey?
What do you want? What videos are you watching there, Carey?
Why don't you pass your phone?
What are you watching?
We're getting ready to go to break.
No, we weren't. You never know when I'm going to break.
I do, because Jamie cuts off whatever he's going to say. Like,
I think we should keep this conversation
I think we should,
going.
too.
All right, what you got?
Well,
Let's talk about the team.
What's on your phone?
Why don't you respond to what he said?
What did he say? What did he say?
I don't know.
Said the Mammoth are playing well.
Go sit in the corner.
Said.
Go sit in the corner.
I do that when I lose the Gauntlet.
Go see the principal.
Mm-hmm.
I did that plenty of times in my life.
Call your parents.
Let's talk to Joe Vitale. Talk to him about the Blues moving forward here. Next on 101 ESPN. Auto Centers Nissan, they've got their Scary Good Deals event happening right now out in Herculaneum, just minutes from South County. You can drive home a brand new 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano for no money down, 0% APR for 60 months, and no payments for 3 months. That's right, no tricks, just scary good treats at Auto Centers Nissan throughout the month of October. But it's already October 22nd, so make sure you head out to Herculaneum, check out the over 1,000 new and used vehicles, all in one location. No running around, no gimmicks, just the biggest selection in St. Louis. Plus, all new Nissans are backed by a complimentary lifetime warranty and a 30-day return promise. Within 30 days, if not completely satisfied with the vehicles, bring it back to Auto Centers, and they'll give you a full refund, set you up with something else. And if you already own a Nissan, bring it in for service, and your first oil change is free, even if you didn't buy from Auto Centers. Don't wait. These scary good deals disappear at the end of the month. Visit AutoCentersNissan.com, or when you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
Talking everything St. Louis Blues as we head into the Blues booth on 101 ESPN. Presented by Boardwalk Hardwood Floors. Find your perfect new floor at boardwalkhardwood.com.
With Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by Joe Vitale. What's up, Joe?
What's up, boys?
Not much. Rough one last night for the Blues. What ultimately do you think went wrong for the Blues outside of the fact that they didn't have the puck at all in the first period?
Yeah, they just didn't generate a lot, right? It was it's kind of an ugly game. It was a tough one to watch at times, and probably a tough one to be a part of. It reminded me a little bit of now it's Halloween. Our kids come home with those artifacts from kindergarten, first grade. The pumpkin heads, and the eyes are all over the place. You're like, wow. Yeah, how about that?
You've got a couple of those, haven't you, this week?
Oh, I got a whole fridge of them. I can't wait for Halloween to be over. I get rid of them. You got to burn them. the game was a little bit like that. You know, it's interesting. You know, it's early. It's early in the season for all the teams. You know, I actually think we caught LA at a really bad time. People may argue against, well, they've lost 4 in a row. You think you're catching them at a good time. I just think hockey's the opposite. I'm not sure really how this relates to other sports because I'm not as well versed in those. But when you have a team that's lost 4 in a row, usually those are the ones that are really extremely desperate, and they're going to play a tight defensive style. And we talked about in the pregame, too. I mean, you know, with LA, they actually defend very well. Their numbers were kind of through the roof, top 5 in the league in a lot of categories of defending. But they weren't winning games because they lost Darcy Kemper. So you end up getting Darcy Kemper, their starter last night. And you knew that with him in the net, with as good as they've been defending, it was going to be a tight defensive game. I thought the Blues held tight defensively as well. It just became a chess match. And ultimately, the LA Kings pulled ahead there a little bit there in overtime with the Buchnevich penalty. So an unfortunate one. You can look at it 2 different ways. You can look at it like you're bummed. It certainly wasn't the Blues brand of hockey. They went almost 16 minutes throughout the middle stretch of that game without a shot on goal, only 8 shots through 2 periods. You can look at it and be a Debbie Downer, or you can look at those numbers that just threw out at you, and you can say, well, geez, we still got a point out of that one. So to me, it kind of goes both ways, and I like to believe that the Blues are seeing the growth that needs to be done, but also pulling the positive away that you do still scratch and claw for a point.
Joe, you played the forward position, and you also played with a couple of really good forwards in your time in Pittsburgh. When you're looking at, in particular, a couple of top guys, Robert Thomas and then Pavel Buchnevich, you know, what could they be doing to generate a little more offense? Because it just seems like those prime scoring chances aren't coming in abundance.
Yeah, right now they're not, you know, Jamie, and, you know, there were some analytic numbers, and I'm not going to go down an analytic road completely, but there are some numbers that really jump out at you. For Robert Thomas entering last night's game, you know, he was top 25 in the league as far as, you know, chances generated in the offensive zone, you know, and then he's in the top, you know, 100, almost in the 200s as far as assists. So to me, what that tells you is that he's generating chances, but he's not getting rewarded by getting points. So you continue down that rabbit hole. What that means is he's setting people up, but there really hasn't been a lot of finish on that line. I mean, on that Vancouver-Calgary trip, you know, Jamie, you were there. I mean, in the Calgary game alone, I think there was 2 or 3 options for Buchnevich on the power play to find the back of the net, and 2 pucks bounced over his stick, and he shot wide on another. You know, you look at Jake Neighbors in last night's game. He was on the back door. I believe Thomas set him up, and he had a back door. That puck just slid right under his blade, or else he has a tap in. Buchnevich in overtime. Thomas wins the opening faceoff. They give it to Buchnevich. He gets a break going overtime, and it just falls off his stick. I look at those guys as they're so close. They are manufacturing chances. They are getting good looks, but they're just not finding the back of the net. And put it best, Jim Montgomery said it yesterday, it really comes down to one thing. It's just bearing down. It's just kind of gripping that stick a little bit tighter around the front of the net, being ultra-focused around the net, and ultimately putting some pucks in the back of the net. Once they get it, they're going to catch fire. And you see it with star players all the time when they go to these droughts. You ask yourself one question: are they generating? If they're not generating, that's a really bad place to be. But for Thomas, Buchnevich, Carey, these kind of guys, they're generating chances. They're just not finding the back of the net. That is a trend that will turn pretty quickly. And when it does, they're going to really take off.
Joey, looking at that game last night, it kind of reminds me of a pitcher, you know, going 8 innings, maybe giving up 1 earned run, but the offense just never gets any runs and he loses the game. How does that, if you're Jordan Binnington, how do you feel about, you know, playing your butt off, but just offensively your team not able to get anything going?
Well, it's Carey. Listen, we talked about in the postgame. It's again, you can look at it 2 different ways. You know, you can look at it from the standpoint of, geez, what a waste of a really good performance by your starting goaltender, because he was spectacular. I mean, he had more glove saves in that game, I think, than any game up to this point in the season. Flashing that leather all game long. He was great. I actually think the best he was probably seeing pucks through traffic. I mean, so many shots from the outside from Doughty, from Fiala. We saw one from Quentin Byfield in the second period. I mean, it looked like there was like 17 bodies in front of him. And you just see him so low, crouching down, and he picks up pucks late. Even off of a double tip on one situation, he still picks it up through traffic. And this is a double tip through bodies. He picks it up, traps it, collects the rebound. I mean, those are the saves that you're not going to see on SportsCenter's top 10, but those are probably the most difficult saves in a game. They look kind of routine, but they're quite amazing, and they're quite timely, especially in a game like last night. So he was sharp. He was on it. He was seeing pucks very well. So, again, you look at it like, wow, shoot, we just wasted a really good performance. Or you can look at the flip side, where the Blues didn't generate really anything offensively, and they still grabbed a point. Why? Because their goaltender is just that doggone good. If you ask Jordan Binnington, to me, he's such a team guy. He wouldn't really look into the personal effect of all this kind of stuff. He would keep it with the team. He would keep it as, you know what, my job is to keep my team in a position to win at the very end, and he certainly did that at the end.
Joe Vitale joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Joe, why do you think the Blues can't find consistency? I mean, even you date back to last year, they started slow, they eventually caught fire, wound up making the playoffs. But what, in your experience, whether you're watching a team or you're playing like you did with the Penguins, what do good teams or consistent teams do on a consistent basis?
Well, I think consistent teams are together. You know, they find chemistry and consistency because they're around each other. You know, I mean, there hasn't been a ton of transformation. There hasn't been a ton of new faces here, but there's been enough, Staltz. I mean, you look at Nick Bustad, you look at Pius Suter up top. I mean, I'm not going to call Matthew Joseph a brand new guy, but he was a kid in and out of the lineup last year. Now he's a consistently in. You know, on the back end, let's be real. Half of your D-core are very young kids, one being a brand new face, right? And Matthew Kessel, again, hasn't really been a consistent player. And I still consider Tyler Tucker and Philip Broberg young guys. They are. I think it's a mix of just having a lot of young people still. And there's also just a coach trying to find chemistry. You know, you look across the league with some of the best teams in the league. Why? Well, they're core together for a very long time. Look at the Florida Panthers, you know, the Barkovs and the Katsaks, all those kind of the Verhaeghes. These guys have been together for a while. You go back to the back-to-back cups with the Penguins. I mean, Sid, Gino, and Letang, I feel like they've been together for 100 years now. I mean, it's just the constant repetition of being around each other. You know, is Torrey Krug actually a couple of years ago talked about that Boston Bruins power play about 5-6 years ago. And I asked him what made them so great. Was it Bergeron? Was it Marchand? Was it the shot of Char? I mean, walk me through it. He said, Joe, we were just together for almost 6 years. Like, everyone's on the same page. And when you're together, you just know where everyone's going to be before they even go there. So I think the consistency issue, really it comes down to this team having new players. Jimmy Snuggerud's another one on the offensive side playing a top six role. You know, he's a new winger. They're starting to get used to him. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. And I think this is where it's a hard balance for a coach. You know, Jim Montgomery is one. He likes to switch things up pretty quickly. You know, it's kind of that balance where you need time. You need to give these players time to develop chemistry on a line or a pair. But also you can't waste too much time if you're giving them a game or two and you're not seeing anything. So then you got to switch things up. But the last couple games, I mean, it's in the first period. If Jim Montgomery doesn't see something he likes, if he doesn't see a player jumping and playing on his toes, he's just going to put a different guy there. So to me, it's kind of a sink or swim mentality. And I actually think it's a really good thing if you want to hold a team accountable where you got to be ready to go from the get-go or else you're not going to be playing.
Joe, I'm so glad you mentioned being good teammates and working together because full transparency, give you a peek behind the curtain here. My teammates, I mentioned we earlier and they all said, no, not we. We don't speak French here. It's you. And so when you're a good
Carey, you can't drag us into
when
that.
you're a good teammate, you say we, you speak in we terms. You know, you don't throw your teammates under the bus. And for the Blues, I think they are a great team, full of great teammates. Sad to say, Joe, I don't know that I could say the same here every single day. You know?
You know, Carey, you and me, we got a lot of Yinzer. We got a lot of Yinzer blood in us, don't we? You got the Steelers blood. I got the Penguins blood. It's a hard, cold country up there in Pittsburgh. So maybe that's where we get it from.
Yeah. You and I can stick together because these three in here, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think Joey wants you as a teammate.
Nah, Joey wants me. He's in Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh
blaming
guy.
us right now, and he knows what the future holds for him.
I didn't blame you. You all blamed me. So just put it out.
No, you were wrong, and you tried to drag us in.
Be my lead blocker. No,
there you go.
Any day of the week, you can be my lead blocker.
I tell you what, Joe, I won't leave you on the street when things ring off, and I won't drive off and just check on you.
Hey now. Hey now, we've moved past that.
People don't forget. Thank you, Carey. You know, Carey, I kind of forgot about that for a hot minute.
Thanks,
I'm really glad you brought it back to the table.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Joe, thanks, pal. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Have a great week.
You too. See ya. It's Joe Vitale here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Bacon Wrap Wiener brings up a great point. If you're a Dodger, just dodge the bus, CD.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, we got Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, low testosterone is not fun for us males, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old. You start to notice little things that are different in your life, whether it's you're just too low energy, whether it's you don't have the same energy at home, whether it's
same oomph.
Yeah, in the bedroom. You're right, Anthony. Glad you brought that up. All of these things are signs of low testosterone. But you don't have to sit there with low testosterone. Head into Mentality, 2 amazing locations, South County and Chesterfield. Board-certified physicians are going to do one heck of a job of talking to you, making you feel comfortable, and then ultimately it's the blood panel that gives you the results that you're looking for, and then you see an improvement quickly. It's a week, 2 weeks into the program, you feel like a new person.
Yeah, let's talk about those results. Let's talk about being a new person. Let's talk about your energy comes roaring back, sustained energy. Let's talk about the fact that you want to get back into the gym and you start to have that discipline that you showed before. Let's talk about the mood swings end and you stabilize and you feel great walking through the door each night, even if you had a long day. Let's talk about, getting on the floor and playing with your kids after a long day, or making sure that, they want to take a couple more hacks in the yard, or a couple more slap shots, or throwing the football around, whatever it may be. You got the energy to do so. That's what Mentality brings back to you. It's not just about you. It's about the man you want to be at home, at work, with your kids, with your significant other. You got to check them out. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio right now. You can book your appointment. When you do head to one of their 2 locations, one in Chesterfield, one in South County, tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you. It's Mentality.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you're in the market for a new vehicle, look no further. My good friends over at Genesis of St. Charles have you covered. They are the #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2025. Genesis of St. Charles is your trusted Genesis dealer, and you need to get over there because it is spooky season. Shop wickedly wonderful offers all month long. This month only, get 0% APR for up to 60 months and on all new Genesis models in stock. This offer absolutely ends October 31st. If you want to trade your vehicle in, they're offering more on your pre-owned vehicles than ever before. Every purchase you get comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis service valet. You must be within 125 miles. That means complimentary vehicle pickup and delivery plus a loaner vehicle at no additional cost. You can schedule this all online easily, or you can call them at 636-265-5215. If you're in the market for something new, look no further than Genesis of St. Charles. They got you covered. Go in, check out their new facility right off of Mid Rivers Mall Drive on Highway 70. They can get you squared away and get you taken care of. If you can't get in, you're too busy, visit them online at genesisofstcharles.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We just got done talking with Joe Vitale. We also talked with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery earlier in the show. If you missed those interviews today, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews there and all of our shows. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. The Blues fall to the Kings last night in overtime. However, they're back at it tomorrow and taking on the Utah Mammoth, looking for a win. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We have Bet the Board coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
All right, time to bet that board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, what we got for latest standings, you sick son of a...
Whoa! Carey's still in the lead. Carey has 11 points. However, Steph Curry did not get it done for Carey Davis last night. So he has 11. I am at 10. Jamie's at 9. And Anthony, you are at 8.
It's on me?
Yes, Carey, you're in the lead.
Yes, we know, Carey.
Jeez.
Give me the Cleveland Cavaliers on the money line versus the New York Knicks.
I'm looking at hockey tonight. Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. Jakub Dobish.
Bless you.
Over 25.5 saves.
Okay.
All right, sticking with the NHL, I like the Canadians on the money line, minus 130.
I'm also going to go to that New York Knicks Cleveland Cavaliers game.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
You know what I'm doing.
You did this last night. I don't like it.
I'm going to take the under 229. The under 229.
That seems like a lot.
In the Cleveland, New York game. Jamie, remember you yelled at me yesterday? About,
which time?
Oh, Carey's going to get his pick. If you hit yours.
I should have went with Luka.
Didn't happen, my friend. Not so fast. I won. He didn't. We all gained ground.
Should have went with Luka.
So
he scored a lot of points.
Lamar Jackson returned to practice today.
All right.
Looks like the Baltimore Ravens are going to be on a bit of a comeback. Probably
they got some work to do.
Probably win all their games.
They might have to. Is he playing cornerback as well?
No, but he could.
Because he could. I don't think he is.
No.
Because they need some help in the secondary.
I would say so.
Yeah, they been banged up.
Roquan Smith also back for the Ravens. So they're starting to get a little healthy. J.J. McCarthy, questionable for Week 8 against the Chargers, although it's already been announced that Carson Wentz will start that game.
I don't think they like J.J.
I don't either.
Something's up there.
Marsh. Huh.
Talk to us.
Read a little something today.
What'd you read?
The trade deadline's in a couple of weeks, right?
I saw that too.
Kirk Cousins, no.
I saw
Kirky football back to Minnesota. Tell me you don't want it. I don't want it.
You want it.
Why would I want that?
Because you don't want Carson Wentz. You'd rather have Kirko Chains.
I'd rather watch Max Brosmer play, undrafted rookie. Than
that says a lot.
Than Kirky football?
Yeah.
And JJ?
No, I didn't say JJ. I said Carson Wentz.
What do you think? What do you think is up with JJ?
I think his ankle is not
let me tell you
good.
something.
I don't know about that.
Hey, listen, man.
I don't feel like a lot of people are talking a lot about his ankle, except for when they ask where he's at. Like, there's not like he's on the mend, he's back on the field. Like, usually there's video of him, like, throwing the ball. Like, there's things.
If he can't plant on his foot to throw the ball.
He planted on his foot pretty good the last time he played football.
He kept playing, but
I don't know. I'm not attacking the guy, Marshy.
I'm not.
No, you are,
I'm
though.
not. I'm not.
I'm
not superstitious or anything.
What's your deal? What's your deal?
Here's my thing.
Or conspiracy theorist, one or the other.
My thing is, why would they not play him?
What if they think he's not good?
So you're going to play Carson Wentz?
Give you a chance to win.
I don't know.
Does he?
Listen, if he gives you more of a chance to win than
Carey has wide open guys and throws it into the ground.
But listen to what I'm saying. If he gives
intentional grounding.
If he gives you more of, if they're telling you by not telling you that he's giving you more of a chance to win than J.J. McCarthy, then that is a large problem. Because they're basically saying, yeah, he's going to throw it into the ground, but at least he ain't going to do what this other guy's been doing.
J.J. McCarthy is on track to play in Week 8 or Week 9 against the Lions, which I wouldn't do that. I think it's a terrible spot to put the kid in.
There's smoke, there's fire. They talking about bringing old Kirk O'Chains back. Just like I said when they were talking about bringing in Aaron.
The guy's played 2 games. He got injured. He's injured. There are other players who have hurt their ankles and have been out the same amount of time. We're not in the building.
We are.
Well, exactly.
We're not in the building.
Both sides of the aisle on that one. We're not in the building. We're
not in the building.
Not in the coach's office.
So we don't know either way. I think that's what Jamie's trying to say.
We don't know.
I'm just going off of the stuff that I listen to when I watch Kevin O'Connell speak to the media, because I watch that stuff, and I'm just going off of what he's saying.
So you don't want Kirk Cousins back?
No, Anthony, I've already experienced that.
It was good. It's real good.
He was fine.
Wasn't great, but it was good.
He was fine.
He'll get the ball to Justin
You
Jefferson.
don't even want him on your team.
What? I do.
He was good for the Vikings, though.
He was good for the Vikings.
He was
really good.
And he was good for October last year. Still October.
He was good. There's a couple weeks there.
It's a couple weeks. Couple weeks.
The kids played 2 games.
Let the kids play.
Played 2 games.
JJ's going to be fine.
I hope JJ is good. I hope his ankle is healed and healthy, and he's under center next week versus those Detroit Lions.
I would like to see him. He hasn't played 1 game with Christian Darrisaw as his left tackle.
There you go.
I think that makes a difference.
It'll make a huge difference.
Justin School is his left tackle.
And he got schooled
Hey, that guy's not good, Anthony.
He sucks. Yeah.
He's not.
Oh, I'm with you.
But you know what, though?
What?
If I'm going to have a quarterback throwing balls into the ground, at least have it be the rookie or the 2-year quarterback who's getting some playing time. That's all I'm saying.
Max Brosmer?
Well, Anthony, I'm not going to lie. I'd love to see him play.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him just play.
Maybe you get your shot.
I'd like to see Max Brosmer play. Just to see. Let me just see what it looks like,
Sure.
Could be terrible. Probably would be.
All right.
Just want to see it.
We'll come back. We'll wrap up the show with what we learned. 3 stars of the day. Criticisms, compliments next on 101 ESPN. Save big, give bigger. It's that special time of year, the Glennon Card season, presented by Edward Jones. For 10 wonderful days from October 17th through the 26th, your Glennon Card unlocks 20% off at more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. But here's the best part. When you shop with the Glennon Card, your savings reach far beyond the checkout counter. That's because every dollar from your card purchase goes directly to support the courageous patients and loving families at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. So treat yourself, support your community, and help bring healing and hope to children who need it most. Visit GlennonCard.org. Again, GlennonCard.org to see all the participating businesses and get your card today. Make sure that you do so before October 26th, though. Make sure you get that card. Get the 20% off of the local 340 shops, restaurants, and attractions. And again, all your purchase goes directly to support the families and the children at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. One more time, GlennonCard.org.
It is hockey season right now, and there is no better beer than Zwickel Light, the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. It's an elevated light beer that is brewed for St. Louisans by St. Louisans right here at the local brewery, Urban Chestnut. It's a light lager with low calories and low carbs. So for me, I love drinking beer, but I don't like to be bloated and certainly all the extra calories and carbs. No, cut that out for sure. You get a crisp, clean, refreshing, ice-cold Zwickel Light. It is so good. And only 95 calories. 3.7 carbs. I'm telling you, once you've tried this beer, you will have more and more. And when you'll tell all your friends about it, like I'm telling you about it right now. It's kind of one of those beers you can take anywhere, by the way, whether it's tailgating, parties, just sitting at home, whatever it is. It is the perfect beer for every single occasion out there. So please stop by any of your local stores and pick up some Zwickel Light. And you can also stop by their website. Check out what's going on there at urbanchestnut.com. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts are brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today, starting with Jamie Rivers.
I learned that even when you criticize a team's top players for not producing, that you're still carrying the water for a certain team.
Yeah, you get paid to do that.
No.
What were the people saying?
Nothing. Said, well, you hold the Blues accountable like you do the Cardinals. I just called out every one of their best players. So I'm not sure what else you'd like me to do, but I learned that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's what I said and what they heard.
Can't please everybody.
People want to hear what they want to hear.
Can't please everybody.
No, you can't.
Gary, what'd you learn today?
I learned that you, sir.
Me?
Yeah, you.
You're attacking me now?
I'm actually giving you a compliment.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll
You,
see.
sir, do not hate the Dodgers. You don't. You hate baseball, which is, I don't know. It's kind of strange, man.
He hates all of baseball.
He hates all of baseball. He doesn't even, it's not just the Dodgers. The Dodgers just a byproduct of him hating the entire game.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right.
He hates the whole game of baseball.
Baseball is broken.
Baseball is broken.
Yep.
These terrible ass owners. He hates baseball, man.
Well, you know what they say, don't hate the team, hate the game.
Yeah. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What
Don't
I
hate
said,
the Dodgers, hate baseball.
what I said was that baseball is absolutely broken.
And you hate
boring.
baseball.
And he hates baseball.
And you hate it.
I don't hate the sport
Coming from
of
a baseball player.
Coming from from the baseball guy.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Anyways, Anthony, what'd you learn?
I learned that my words will, in fact, be twisted every time that Carey speaks.
Carey's like that.
I'm not responsible.
There's a lot of twisting going on this side of the this side of the
These
aisle.
two are
I'm not
playing
twisting
Twister
anything.
together.
Yeah.
Every day from 2 to 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did Marsh learn?
I learned that apparently I have the ability to make my favorite team lose if I show up in person. So I'm going to root for the Dodgers.
Oh.
And in the break, I did buy Game 1 tickets in Toronto. I have my passport now, and I will be rooting on the Dodgers in Game 1 on Friday as they take on the Blue Jays in the World Series.
He came on over. See? He wants to win,
I will
Anthony.
be there in person.
Anthony, you do too. You want to win.
It's actually a lie. I will not be there. But I don't like the Dodgers, Anthony. I know you hate baseball. I hate the Dodgers. So maybe
I hate the Dodgers, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I cannot wait. I'm going to be playing Dodger Blue.
You better
again.
win.
I'm going to
Because
be.
I'm going to be insufferable, more so than I already am. If your stupid Dodgers
Go Dodgers.
don't win it all.
Yeah. You love it.
Okay. Marsh, what else you got?
We got a text from 314. Keep Marsh away from the Packers flag football games, please. Are they a rival? It must be a rival team.
My buddy Zach.
Oh.
Who coaches the Packers? Might be somebody else, too.
Could be.
Never know.
209.
I love those Packers, by the way. They got a lot of kids that I used to coach, so I do love that team. But not against us. Go Falcons.
Are you guys going to, they do they swap jerseys? Do you guys swap whistles or something or playbooks?
Yeah. No, we don't want to do
Not
playbooks.
playbooks.
No, not playbooks. No way.
Jamie is hilarious.
You just think it's different down there in South County.
Oh, Jamie's funny. He's hilarious.
You know, Jamie, your arrogance.
Arrogance.
Your arrogance is something I'm sure a lot of people enjoy. But not Marsha.
I didn't say anything arrogant.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything at all, Carey.
He didn't say a word.
Go ahead, Marsh.
You know what else I learned? Jamie can say everything without saying anything.
Yeah.
He did say a lot.
Anyways. The 209 says not to brag or anything, but I've been to 4 Blues games in the last year. Blues games 3 last year. I don't know. I think it's a run-on sentence. And anyways, this person's undefeated going to Blues games.
Let's go. Let's pull together and get him a season
Get
tickets.
your ass there.
Yeah.
We got a game to win tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Curb Stomp says another banger of a show. Thanks for reading my mic drop. It's only 6 fast lane games. Let's go Blues.
Let's do it. Who's that? Jonathan Quick?
No, Curb Stomp.
Who is?
Oh, maybe
Jonathan?
it is Jonathan.
Yeah.
Or John.
Or John. Yeah.
The one that Carey was saying that was at the game, but he really wasn't.
Oh, yeah, the one that Carey
Yeah, Carey lied.
accused.
Nah, I thought he said he was there. Hell, we both did. Right, Jamie?
I was following your lead. I blame you.
Okay. That's fine. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take the fall.
573 says LA sucks. I
Yep.
agree.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Louisiana?
I was just down there. It's actually really
Pretty
nice.
good. The pictures look great.
Really nice state.
Go Tigers.
City.
That is
New
Go
Orleans?
Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Go Tigers, Ed Orgeron was on an interview I saw today. And
What's he up to these days?
he'd like to just come back and coach football.
Oh, yeah?
He said that even if he was a defensive coach to begin with, but he knows he could take a program to the next level again.
All right. Well, go to UMass. See
done it
how
before?
you do.
He's done it.
He has done it.
He's won a national championship.
He's done a lot of things recently.
Honestly, had one of the greatest teams in college football history.
Miami would like to speak with you.
I said one of. Jeez.
Okay, I'm just saying. Make sure
Anthony, you said the best. We heard it.
we all heard it.
Yep, own it, buddy.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
It's pissing you guys all off.
Well, you can piss these two off.
Yeah, I can carry my
You're out.
You're not going to be here?
the day off.
You off too, Jamie?
No, I'm here, man. I'm in the trenches with you guys.
Friday's a good day for you to.
Friday is a great day.
Friday's usually Jamie's off day.
It's not true. I'll be here.
Go ahead, Andrew.
All right. Third star goes out to 6'7". 6'7". Second star, Tony V. New manager for the Giants.
Let's go.
Yes.
St. Louis zone.
Yes. And first star of the day goes out to good teammates.
Yeah. Here we
Wish we
go.
had some.
See, that's your problem right there. It's a bad teammate.
Appreciate everybody listening today, especially to Jamie's crap. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis.
There's another one.
For Jamie. Sorry that he's See ya.